In it for tonight's game of Dark Heresy. Let's see, last week, or 2 weeks ago, the group was moving through Vault 13, knocking out all the guards as stealthily as possible, and hopefully they can keep that up. I'm sure they can. We've got Bartleby over there working on dropping a crate on some people's heads, or to distract them, I think, if I remember correctly. And then, of course, got our beaties and some guardsmen going to try to push a guy into a vent. And Octus hanging out up by Bartleby. Let's see, what's everybody's names again? I need my notes. Severus. All right. So yeah, Octus, Severus, and the oft forgotten Romulus are up there playing with some levers and switches, while the melee gang is trying to forcefully eject a gentleman into a fire spout, which I don't think worked, and now they're basically just trying to club him to death. So, that all being said, we can get started just as soon as I remember where I left the turn tracker, right? I swear it was here.
Turn order, I see it right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing
First person.
top of the order. It is Jace.
I can't see it.
He's to the left.
Yeah, it's Jace Immortal. Jace, the guardsman.
Okay, just gonna...
Well, Jace, if he joins us, we get another 10 points of advantage for gang up, right?
I bought a gang up skill.
skill.
Oh my god, if you Jace joins it, that's like 40 points for you, right?
So right now, Jace is not in melee, and he can choose to join up, and then you'd be outnumbering the guards, or the, not guard, ganger.
Am I able to charge and get here?
Let's just say why not, for brevity's sake.
He's the top of Tib. Get off of him.
Tib disappeared! Oh, Tib is back.
Okay, we'll just do a little zhuzhing. Okay, so you're charging in, you're gonna do something. What are you doing?
Tib does not roll that way.
So weapon scale charge is...
The +10 full
Plus
action
10.
charge, and then you're gonna be outnumbering him 3-1, which is a +20. So that's +30.
30?
To bonk.
Now make sure to take an aim at his head. We don't want to like the chance, so we just keep bonking him until.
Well, yeah,
Why?
Go for it. 97. That's a leg, if I remember correctly. It's a leg.
Wow.
But
I missed.
No, wait. Yeah, sorry. 79. That is not going to hit. Okay, so we are back to Beast House Slaver Man, who is going to attack one of the three of you. Let's see which one. 1, 2, Dan. 3, 4, Jace. 5, 6, Tib. All right. Dan. All right. Well, that's probably not going to work out too good for him, but
attack the arbitrage.
let's just see how it goes. Okay, he's going to hit. 10. 10 is definitely better than his weapon skill. So that is going to hit.
Hit you in the head.
And he's going to roll a D10, 3 plus blah blah blah. 4 is 7. Do you have any armor on your head?
I do not have armor on my head.
Okay, so that's gonna hurt a little bit. So 7 minus your toughness bonus.
So my toughness bonus is my toughness
Yeah,
10
is 35, so 3.
Yeah, 3. So you take 4 damage.
You can't
That's a
dodge or
lot.
parry, GM?
Yeah, you can parry or dodge.
Parry is what skill and dodge is what skill?
Weapon skill is parry and dodge is dodge.
Dodge is agility. And
Dodge.
GM dodge.
So if you've trained it, then it's a trained skill. Otherwise,
Okay, but regardless, it's 31, so I'm just gonna dodge. Yeah, both are 31, so I'm gonna roll a D100. Okay, how do I do that?
Click on your character
Roll a
sheet and you.
D100. Yeah,
There
you
we go.
click on the skill.
Yep. and no modifiers and submit.
Yep.
Oh
okay.
dear God.
So yeah, you take. Sorry, I should have offered you that first because it's your reaction. You usually do it before the damage roll, but it's the only attack he gets to make. So
yeah,
he bumps you, and you take 4 damage. All right.
Roger, 4 damage. I'm on 12.
Yeah, you're
Since
fine. You got
we
I'm fine.
where it's a problem. All right, Tim. What would you like to do?
since we have a gang up bonus, I take no penalty when aiming, right? And I can take another action to aim. To
So you
hit
can take
him.
a half action aim, which is plus 10.
I
And
get
then you
a-
can take the other half action would be a standard attack.
But I get no negatives since we gang up, right?
What do you mean?
You get no negatives anyway.
So it says 10.
Well, so you get a plus 20 from gang up 3 to 1, and if you take a half aim, that'd be plus 10 more, so that'd be plus 30 to take a standard attack with a half aim. Or you can do an all out attack, which would be plus 20 to the other plus 20, so plus 40. But then you can't dodge or parry.
Okay, I'm gonna aim at his head.
Okay.
And that's
So called shots, that's minus 20, so that'd be a plus 10 total if you're gonna take a half aim. That does not hit. Alright, and Octus is taking a nap. So we are at Hermia.
Okay, I have the double team
Okay.
currently, so that's a extra 10.
It's an extra
right?
10, yeah. So your outnumber bonus right now is a 30.
It's a team player. It's,
Is there anything else I can add to make it a better roll?
Yeah, so you could take an all-out attack, which would be a plus
Yep.
20, but then you can't dodge or parry, or you can do a
Yeah.
half-action aim, which would be a plus 10. So it's kind of like plus 20, but a little more dangerous, and or a plus 10 and a little safer.
I'll go with the plus 10.
Okay,
Okay, so what is that
That's,
altogether?
I believe that's a 50.
50. I'm gonna hate
Right.
this guy so bad.
can't miss. Yeah,
Oh, I told you I was gonna hit
Ah.
him so bad.
Okay, yeah, you hit him. He is gonna try to dodge though, or I guess let's see, what's he actually good at?
Look at that success rate.
I don't think there's a dodge skill.
Well, that's fine. He's gonna try to parry you. There we go. Right.
What am I hitting you with?
And he has a weapon skill score of a 25, so he does. He's ready for it.
Why did you so good?
Why not?
Wait, he dodged?
Yeah,
Oh my god,
he parried it. He
What?
took his really terrible cleaver and just your weapon just kind of skates off the edge of the blade.
My superior police club thing. Oh my god,
Jeez.
how did that happen?
What? Because I want the combat to last 7 years. You're gonna be fighting this one
Oh,
guy for the
man.
next 3 weeks.
Next time, I'll
September
drive
is
away.
the fight of the one guy.
Okay, so we're outnumbering 3 to 1, so plus 20.
Uh-huh.
And if I do an all out,
It's plus
it's
20.
another.
Yeah.
Can I spend a fate point to regain HP breaks?
Yeah.
Look at
You
look
can
at the
do that at
feint.
any time. It's D5. if you
Look at doing a
Oh
feint
yeah, we
attack,
get
guys.
regain our fate points now since it's a
Oh,
new game.
feint.
Well,
F-E-I-N-T.
no, it's still the same combat, so yeah.
So we're gonna roll 1d10 and I gain 2.
There you go. Feel a little more healthy all of a sudden.
Okay, and then we're gonna all out.
Okay, plus 40.
I don't see myself on the combat chart.
God damn it.
Oh, I don't think you were actually in the combat with
Oh,
this
is
guy.
that why?
Yeah, if you'd like to make a tech use to try to, figure out the switches and dials, you can have a plus 10 at that because you've been doing it for a while now. You're like, oh, okay, you start to get the idea of what some of the levers do.
That's what I would like to do when it's my turn.
All right, well, yeah, go ahead after
Here we go.
Jason.
I missed.
Jason missed a time.
Oh, okay, Jason. Yeah, go ahead. Give it a
Guys,
give it,
look up-
Give it a shot.
Look up under actions. There's a feint you can do, and if you succeed, against the opponent, your next attack against them cannot be dodged or parried.
Is that also agility?
It's basically you do an opposed weapon skill test with your opponent.
Yeah, it's a
If you
feat.
win, and then if you win, your next attack can't be dodged or parried.
Yeah, but I mean, there's 3 of you, and he only gets 1 dodge or parry per round.
Oh, he only gets 1?
Yeah,
Yeah, because you only get 1 reaction.
Oh, one
Yeah.
reaction.
So
Okay.
there's some talents that give you a bonus dodge or a bonus parry, or if you take both, you can get 1 bonus dodge and a bonus parry, and then 1 also parry or dodge. So you can get 3 if you take both talents.
Was it in second edition that they added the degrees of success?
No, there's definitely degrees of success. It just doesn't apply for a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's like with hitting, you hit. If you hit, great, you hit.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
succeed
So
by-
Severus, you have a pretty good idea of the mechanism over here for all of the pulleys and levers and everything else. So there are many gauges and stuff you could potentially maneuver around more specifically and more accurately now if you so chose.
I so choose. I'd like to maybe maneuver some boxes over on top of these guys.
Isn't like a tire like big freight crane or I don't know, they call it cargo box? Those big steel ones.
Okay. All right. So you're maneuvering them in that direction, and then next turn you can make another tech use test to see to get it over top of them. How about that?
Sure. Yeah. And
All
then,
right.
And then the turn after that, I can drop it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Tip, you are up.
Tip's not good with weapon skills, so
Actually,
I guess-
I'm sorry. The bad guy hasn't gone yet. I totally.
He doesn't
totally
need a
skipped-
turn. He's very effective by himself without doing
Okay.
anything.
He's mad at Dan. Dan has angered him. He is the guy in the RBD's armor and garb and like symbols. He has a grudge against
He doesn't like the
local
police.
police.
Right.
27, not quite. He needs a
He was too
29.
angry.
He was close. He was very close.
basically
Never
it's
let
like
your
your,
emotions.
Well, actually, I guess if he took any kind of aim, he would hit you.
Well, flying wise, you did good.
But that's fine. He didn't do that because he's not very smart. So there you go, Tim. Now it is in fact your turn.
Go on, Tib. Just go for a regular aim. And since that's 20, that's like plus 40, right?
Indeed, it is.
Time to smack this fella.
Hit him. Yeah.
Now, I
alright.
have
But
a.
he's gonna try. He's gonna try to parry. He is.
It's not gonna beat my weapon skill.
Well, it's just he just has to beat his
He has
own
to just
weapon
beat
skills,
his.
and he did.
Are you shitting me?
He's
Told you
insane. I don't
Oh,
know.
God.
Why
He
did you guys
has
listen?
these
at
years
this
of
guy.
fighting and like getting with the animals, like he's got this almost feral like intelligence going on where he can get the spidey sense of the attack coming in.
I
Screw
can
that,
just
I'm gonna take
imagine
him down
him
next time.
like just going around, defeating everyone, blocking every attack, fainting everything. That is incredible. And we're doing good attacks too. It's a funny
Yeah, it's just
I don't know about everybody's doing good attacks. I've rolled
Yes.
like 80 plus on all of my attacks
yeah.
so far.
Jason's definitely sleeping over. He's tired. He needs a nap.
Okay,
thing. Okay, I'm gonna do all-out attack and then my
Go for it.
plus 40 for ganging up. So that's 50. No, that's 60.
Wait.
Wait, what's your weapon
so
skill?
Normal gang up is plus 20 plus an extra 10 for your
Oh.
talent,
Uh-huh.
which is 30, and then all out attack would be a 20 more, so it's 50.
Oh, 50. Okay, 50 it is.
50 is your bonus.
50 is my bonus. And my weapon skill is 31.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
god.
basically a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, so 80. Hopefully, we're good. Yep. All right. And he's already parried, so he cannot parry anymore. So roll me some damage.
And next time, hit him in the head. Just take an aim for his head.
My
with armor can do it.
damage.
Remember, the cult shot's on minus 20.
I don't think this is a cult shot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Did
I'm
I
just-
give someone my club? Does anyone remember?
I have the club.
Okay, then I am using my knife.
But yeah, I was just saying, so that bonus remembers, because
Damage 4.
Okay,
Primitive, range 3.
21 is one of the arms, if I remember correctly.
You had your strength.
Finally.
Let's
you have
see.
your
Yeah, he
strength?
doesn't have any armor on his arms. And from the damage he'd already taken, finally before he does now, that takes him down. He is down.
No.
Oh my
Knife to the
God.
arm kills you.
dead.
You stab him in the arm, and it wedges in, and he finally, the spurt of blood goes out, and the adrenaline, he's
Thank God.
down he goes. So yeah, he has died. Yes.
So now we loop back around. we loop around. We loop around. Get the dude at the med supply. Yeah, that's the plan.
In true Tib fashion, Tib just takes the steak he was holding before and just cools it off and eats it.
Okay. Give me a. No, it's not con. Toughness. I want to say toughness.
But he was eating it. It was fresh. He was cooking it. It was cooked.
Doesn't mean it's healthy.
What's he doing? He's eating what?
I'm eating basically whatever fried whatever he was eating.
So what's the next?
Can I
Okay.
please loot the body?
Sure, if
See
you
what's
like.
there? Yes, I would like. Maybe he has extra weapons, extra bullets for you guys, so we can
I want to say a
start
search roll.
fighting.
Yeah. Give me a search roll.
Search roll.
Guess we'll all roll search.
Search
Wait,
roll.
don't forget, when you roll that damage, add your strength bonus on those melee attacks, right?
Hey, it should automatically be calculated.
Okay.
Yeah, he did 1d5 plus.
Oh, did I? I don't know.
Are you sure?
No. Whatever.
Tib isn't the best at search, but
No. I'm not in searching either.
Hermione. Who's the
Yeah, I
Hermione?
mean,
Is that you Infernal?
What you saw.
Hermione
Arcano-
is me, Dan, the Arbites.
Well, you found something.
Yeah, so this guy, he doesn't really have much. He had the skewer with the meat on it. He had a cleaver that you saw him wielding. And he had like 2 thrones in his pocket. And money,
Whoa.
like dollars.
We'll just take the throne. Someone take
Just-
it.
So you have 2.
Okay, you take it, man.
Okay, I'll just take it.
Okay, next on the initiative list,
So
Severus, it is your time to crush those 2 with a crate.
Is it my turn? I don't even see my
I mean,
character.
right now nobody else is really in combat, so you guys can.
Can we strategize?
Yeah, we're gonna crush those 2 with a crate, and it'll just be
Oh,
we're against
okay.
3.
I mean, it would be. I will say it would be kind of hard to strategize. So Severus, if you were gonna smush it, like you're probably
Yeah,
still gonna do it because
I'm gonna stick with the
they
plan.
are very far away from you right now.
yeah, I think when he said, "Can we strategize?" I think
Yeah,
he
you
meant
guys
the 3 of
talk.
us.
The 3 of us, me and
You
the
guys
guardsman, right? So I'm thinking, you guys, do you have weapons on you right now? Any firearms?
Hold up. We already talked about this fortress from last game.
I
Severus
have-
will do his thing and crush those 2. We just have to wait for him to go, then we all rush the sniper.
I have 5 shots left on a stub revolver.
So I think my plan is I'm gonna go a bit southeast, get some good cover. Once Severus does what he needs to do with the crushing, I'm gonna open fire at the sniper. You guys can maybe flank and take him out from the side, or even if you can, take him out close combat.
Better yet, Tib could always just wait for him to drop the boxes, release one of those bat hounds, and let them finish off whoever's left.
Okay, I mean, yeah, if we're waiting, let's just wait for the box to crush and then.
Okay, sounds great. Then should we go and maybe get ready to release the locks in case Cerberus can do what he does and.
Tib will just be waiting and watching. Let's just wait for him. Okay, Severus, it's up to you.
All right, Severus. Well, I mean, you have functionally an infinite amount of free time, so
Yeah, so I'll maneuver it. I'll raise the crate up really high so that those guys underneath don't see it coming. And then I'll kind of move it over to the side, try to, kind of go like this and try to calculate where it is. And I'm using Some sort of ancient mathematical formula that I was always
All
taught.
right, give me a logic roll.
Oh,
Because
I love
there's
it.
a skill for that.
Yeah, let's use it. And I've got that skill.
There we go.
Yeah.
Ancient math.
Helps to
Ancient
bring
math.
the nerd along.
I'm using an ancient philosopher's mathematical trigonometry here to give me the calculation.
I think this is just
It was made by a guy named Einstein.
geometry. I don't think we need to get into that's too.
Pythagoras.
It's literally a lie.
Let me bust out my
Pythagoras,
protractor.
yeah. Come on.
It's okay. The translation wasn't quite there.
So just a logic test. I was just checking. I thought I got a plus 10 bonus, but I think that's for being plugged in
Cool.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
or something. So plus 10 inquiry, electrograph use. Oh, am I using? You said this was a mechanical device, or is it? Am I somehow connected to the machine with my?
No, it's
Electrograph.
very rudimentary. Just a series of pulleys and big levers. It's very mechanical. Like it's definitely doing something for you, but not electromechanical.
Okay.
Definitely no cogitators. It's a very much a manual like. old
Success.
fashioned.
Yay.
That's good. Yeah, you can put it wherever you'd like. You very much
Awesome, man.
understand the angle of where you are and the distance and like what that means as far as where you would need to position this crate. And it's like a regular sized, like, animal crate. So you probably can't hit both of them, but you could certainly hit one of them.
Wait a minute. There's an animal inside this thing.
No, it's an animal crate. Like
Okay.
it's the size that would hold an animal. It's made out of, metal of some kind, reinforced.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna line it up, and then I'm gonna say a blessing of, I'm gonna say one of the litanies or something, or prayer to the Omnissiah, and then I'm gonna flip the switch. Actually, for cool factor, I'll use my. Does it use? If I use ferric lure, does that use up my?
It
Does that use up
basically
my-
drop. It's
Okay.
basically pressing a.
I could tell you, but it'd take me way longer. So
Let's just say for color text. Let's just say for color text, I do the thing. I do a side prayer, and then I want Romulus to see me do this. I reach out my hand to like the big red lever that's too far for my reach, and I use ferric lure to pull it towards me, pull it down.
Wait,
That
you're gonna force
that
this
works
thing
for
to you?
me. Yeah,
That's
I
cool,
like it.
man.
I
Come
like
on.
it. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you pull the lever, and then you've
Magneto
clearly
on it.
identified is the one that will release this cage.
Yeah.
And it falls directly. Which one are you ending its life? It's gonna die. They're not gonna survive this. So which one would you like to unalive?
This guy.
This guy. All right. He is fully. He's standing there one moment, chatting about the game last week and the pit fights that they unsurreptitiously just throw some people in and watch them get eaten. And the next moment, he is just paced, just on. It's full on. The Boys. It's Invincible. It's any of those good gory graphic comic current media where he's there 1 second and then there's a crate and you hear this wet splorch that kind of comes in with the resounding gong of the metal contacting on the ground at the same time, and it's just looks like somebody dropped a jar of spaghetti or strawberry jam or spaghetti sauce. It's just parts everywhere. Where once was a person is now paste
Spaghetti.
and color. Yep.
I'm going to turn to Romulus, and I'm going to say in a tone that like makes it unclear as to whether it's a statement or a warning. But I'm going to say to him, "The flesh is weak."
Okay.
As the cage,
He doesn't think that's nearly as cool, and now he's a little concerned about his techie compatriot. And then I'm gonna roll a fear test for the other guard.
Oh, I thought you meant for Romulus. I'm like, what?
oh, now they roll
He's
fear test.
Screaming for me.
Okay.
Oh, is that 14? That's probably
Yeah, no, he's totally not phased in the most surprising roll I've made this week.
That's like 4 amazing rolls.
He watches it happen and he's like, never liked that guy anyway. He reaches down and he pulls like this. You see the one thing that survived this entire like destruction, where the gap in the cage was that kind of like pulped part of this person as it just extruded around them. Was this pair of not sunglasses, whatever they call them in this universe, but sunglasses, and he picks them up and kind of like slaps off some of the gore that's stuck to them and rubs them, and he photo visors and puts them on. He's like, I knew he stole these from me.
Like
and
you
just,
said that.
And he's just fine. He's like, yeah, that happens sometimes, somebody didn't do the proper maintenance rituals, and fuck that guy.
As he was doing all those immoral stuff, is it cool if I release one of the silent back dogs that are facing in his direction?
Make a security check to unlock it, and then you would also need to make, I want to say, like, some kind of lore beast maybe, or...
Oh, we already know about this. They're like the ones you told us about when we found in the pit, and there were some in these cages.
No, you don't see any of those kind. There's some general, like, dog-looking things, like, cat hounds, and a creepy gorilla-looking thing.
Okay.
So let's
hold on.
not.
Are you telling me like an orangutan? Those orangutan things are here?
No, these are much more feral. They're definitely not Jakaro.
Okay, God, because I'd be like, what the fuck? That's like a little bit absurd.
No, they would have broken out like 6 years ago.
Yeah, that would be true. No, I guess Tib will I would just ignore that, because now let me do a different plan. He's distracted, but the sniper isn't distracted. He's like probably facing the same direction.
I mean, the sniper, he's over by the medical pod, and he's just kind of hanging out.
Just to let you know, while all that was happening, I got into position across from the sniper, and I kind of signaled to the guards that like I'm in position. If you want me to fire and cover and get hit.
Can you hit anything from that range with an auto rifle?
There you are.
I don't know.
Probably
Can
not.
I? Oh, this is far for an auto rifle? I don't know.
Well, so I mean, you're talking like every little square is 5 meters. So the big
Isn't
square.
mine 90 though?
I mean, it could be.
Yeah, my range is 90.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60, 70, 90. It would just where you're at would be just at long range.
Wait, no, 90 is normal range, correct?
Right, it's 95. So if you move forward a square, you're at 90.
But what if he were to do it from here?
Why would you make me count that many squares? I don't know. You tell me. I'm not counting.
I was just assuming he's gonna
5,
be
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Yes, and it would just make it if you were doing it from here.
Yeah, but I don't think he can see the sniper if he's
like
here.
I did shapes.
I can kind of.
But if he's here, then
I don't know if I can sneak. I would have to sneak there. I'm not the sneakiest dude.
Yeah, it's a fairly open area, but yeah, I mean anywhere like inside of here and you're gonna be in range.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go here, use these boxes. I aimed, and then I felt that like the figure in my line of sight was a little bit too small, and I felt that I needed to get a little bit closer, so I kind of swung around, and now I'm taking aim. Is there like a steady aim where I can just put it on the box and get?
Yeah, so aim is you either have a half action aim or a full action aim, and since it's not really like active combat, you can take full action, which is the plus 20. You can do that you can do that in combat too. It's just aim only lasts till your next turn.
All right, so plus 20 for that, and I don't know if I have any other bonuses. I don't think so. I just roll. I mean, if I was going to attack, I would just roll my ballistic and add the plus 20, correct?
Well, depends. If your gun, it's your auto gun, so the more degrees of success, the more hits you get.
Well, so that comes into what kind of attack you're taking. So then you also have like if the gun has like passed the semi for rate of fire, the next one or the first one's single. Every gun does a single shot, right? And then the next
I have a
is
3 round
semi.
and full auto.
Yeah, so the next one is your semi-auto burst, and the one after that's your full auto burst. So the full auto is plus 20, semi's plus 10, and then based on degrees of success for the different kinds of attacks, you can get multiple hits.
Okay, so I'm gonna brace. I put my gun on 3-round bursts, and I'm just kind of looking at my guardsmen, waiting for a nod, and once they give me that nod, I'm gonna fire.
So
Tip's just gonna hide behind the boxes and wait for him to shoot.
So our plan, right, is do you want us to run from where we're at to this guy? Or are we bum rushing this guy?
I'm gonna get into a fight with this guy, and maybe or maybe not take him out, and then you guys can either take the other one out, or whatever. But I mean, obviously we can't talk, so I'm just letting you know that I'm ready, and I don't want to say anything else, but I'm just waiting for your signal when you want me to fire.
Grace is gonna ward Cant to Tib, being like, so when he opens fire, we're charging the last dude on the elevator.
Tip's just gonna do like the funny hand motions to say he understands, and he motions to our BDs just to go hit it. Like, you know that call sign for like surfers, they go for it. That's how he does it. Like, go for it.
Okay, so you guys are all setting up, doing all this, moving around, and as this is all, like, as the setup is happening for this, you see the armored door of the hospital pod flings open. But it's not exactly in the best shape, so it seems like almost somebody from the inside grabbed it and threw it open. And this brutal-looking figure of a man wearing this jackal mask, he stalks out of the pod, followed by 2 cowering figures draped in blood-stained plastic robes and a harness of surgical tools. The man with the jackal mask, he turns at them, and they both, flinch back. He says, "Damn your warp-rotted hides, and damn him to hell's eye. What game does he play here? He brings an inquisitor here to my domain to mutilate and pry, and you did not see fit to inform me?" And he shouts this at them. And the 2 are, "But master, you asked us to offer him every assistance." The guy with the surgical tools and the plastic draping, which is kind of like, again, just like a clear plastic that's covered in blood and some other viscera. And he starts to, plead this, but the jackal masked man takes out a crackling metal coil and slashes him, and it wraps around him. And the guy with the plastic that he slashes into, he screams out as you hear like it crackle and sizzle, and like you see some like puffs of smoke come from it. And this continues for another few seconds before like the skin on this guy just starts to burn and wither, and like he just cooks essentially. Like his eyes, bulge out and pop, and then the jackal masked man pulls the whip back, and the guy falls down, and he's just dead.
Hey, GM, just to be clear, is the jackal mask, is this the same jackal mask that we saw when we were in the pit?
It is.
He's the one. He's the guy. We gotta get that.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick?
Well, let me finish here. One second. So the jackal masked man, he says, "I am no stalking prey to be staked out to lure the beast in, no matter what the heron believes." Now that I say that, was the guy in the pit the heron masked? I think he was the heron masked man.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct. He was the heron masked man. So I don't think you've met a jackal masked man yet. So find out what that mangle thing told him, or you will suffer your comrade's fate.
I did write down a note. It said that the jackal.
That might be from the intro before
the intro. Okay.
Yes.
Apologies.
So not the man from the pit, but the man from before the pit.
Yes.
Or the figure anyway. Let's see. So he snarls at the remaining, the other guy with the plastic cover, essentially, before, and then 2 heavily armed men with these pig-faced iron masks come out of the pod after him, and he just like angrily walks up to the elevator and hits it up, and it just goes up.
Wait, which one of the guards are dead?
There were two like of these guys covered with plastic like sheeting essentially that was like for the blood and viscera with all these surgical tools and torture implements. There were two of them that came out of the pods, and he killed one, and the other one went back inside.
You said something about an inquisitor.
Yes. And Tib just basically looks at Jason like, hey, it's the Jackal-head. I remember him from that scary night terror I had.
I noticed that they're kind of talking. I mean, I can't hear them, of course, the two guardsmen, but I realize that they have a face of recognition of kind of, hey, they know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but maybe they've met this person before.
That'd be scrutiny.
Okay.
We're gonna get to use all our skills in this game.
Hey, I am always for using. Yes,
I'm with you.
Yep, you can tell. You can definitely from what you're seeing.
I can tell by the face that they know this enemy, and they must have faced him before from going by the way they're acting and their facial features. So
basically, you just notice from Tim just smiling and pointing, hey, that's the guy that threw us in the pit.
Exactly. That's what you were doing. Then yep, I felt it.
Yeah, so you definitely get some recognition from the guardsmen, but again, not hearing their specific conversation, you don't know exactly what their relationship is, but you can tell it exists, and it's probably not the most positive.
Not a good one.
You see just these vague gestures while Tim's just smiling while just playing with his knight, while just playing with the club, like bringing us with the beat of the death. Just looking at Jason's kind of going for it. The Tib looks back and he's like, shoot. Not noticing you're watching.
So that whole thing happens, and he goes up, and the elevator goes up and comes back down later.
Okay.
He goes up. He left the area.
Yeah, he's gone.
So,
I mean, he was also flanked by two very burly, nasty-looking guards. So I mean, you can attack him if you want. If you want to make new characters right now, I'll just be honest.
Where was the elevator? Number 5?
Elevator's number 1. 5 is the mechanism for the crane.
So he just walked by the dead body?
He walked out of 2 and then walked to 1.
Like he just ignored the dead body and just went.
I mean, he saw it, and he was like, he looked at it, and he looked at the other guard, and the other guard just shrugged. He's just like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. It just,
okay.
And he's like, yeah, fuck him.
OSHA is not in the building.
I never liked him anyway. So
OSHA has left the building.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like everybody's, you're not really. Yeah, it's not an ocean environment. There's no oversight committee. There's not going to be a review board for this. He's dead.
So they're taking it as a work environment accident.
What's an underhive? I mean, a lot of people die.
Wow. Okay.
It's normal. It's kind of like basically watching a tree die, or like basically like washing your hands. It's a normal thing.
Yeah. I mean, 1 second he was there, the next second I got to have his glasses. That's as far as it goes.
I mean, I do the same thing in video games. Like, I really want this guy's hat, so I'm gonna kill him.
Like, it's 100% where, like, the little eye was in the screen for a second, then it just goes down again, and you're like, Still Archer build every time.
While that happens, I'm going to kind of signal to the guardsmen to, like, go up to that one guy and take him out. And if the, like, I'll point out that I have eyes on the sniper. You guys take out the one at the elevator.
Yeah, you could have planned all of this before too, so that's fine.
Yep. So Jay
How
should
close
check.
can we get before not having to roll a sneak roll?
I mean, you're gonna have to roll one either way. So go ahead and we'll see how close you get. It's more of a backwards kind of thing. Like, how close can you get?
I was gonna wait for Dan to shoot.
Same.
But once he starts engaging, then we go.
Yeah, I want that sniper focused on you first, man.
Yeah. You wanna send me that? How would you send me that signal to shoot first? Like, if I can get it, I'll get it.
I do the cowabunga single. I'm saying shoot.
You just point and then he goes like this or something.
Okay. If you do that, I'll fire at the sniper.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. So, first shot.
Well,
this is an
here's
ambush,
what's
correct?
fun is so he's surprised. It's a surprise round, which in this isn't an extra round. It's just you get a plus 30 to hit.
Plus 30.
Plus 30 to hit, and
Yeah.
all my advantages.
So the maximum, I will say, the maximum bonus that you can get in the system is 60.
I'm
which-
definitely getting that.
I think, let's see, 30 and 20 and 10 for semi. Yeah. So if you want to shoot up full auto, I would just do that. I mean, it uses up the difference between semi and full. They can both only hit the maximum number of times in the slice, so 3 or 10 or whatever it is, right? So if you do semi, you can only hit maximum of 3 times. Semi hits for every 2 degrees of success. Full hits for every degree of success, but they use the total ammo. So like if you do a full and you like miss, you'll still use like 10 bullets. So that's the disadvantage. But since you have a plus like a jillion, I would recommend doing full auto because it's more fun.
All right, I will do full auto based upon the recommendation of the GM, of course. So
Full
60.
Metal.
And my
jackets.
modifier is definitely 60, right?
Because full auto is 20 and aiming and it's 60.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes people are like, "Wow, 60 really?"
Oh my god. 4 degrees.
There.
So that's
4 degrees of success.
So full auto gets an extra hit for every degree of success.
So it's 5 hits.
5 hits, yeah. That's what's fun about
5 hits. Okay, now
there is a fun little table on one of the pages somewhere in the core rule book that tells you where all of the hits are allocated, but I'm pretty sure this guy's just gonna die, so why don't you roll me 5d10 plus whatever the thing is.
How do I roll 5d10s?
So what's the plus from your autogun? Is it an autogun?
Okay, the autogun has a plus 1d10 plus 3.
Okay, so you're gonna type in the chat /roll space 5 space d10 plus 3.
/roll
And then space, and then
5,
5 and then another space.
space d10 plus 3.
I think that'll work.
No, it's not.
Doesn't work in roll 20.
Okay.
Oh, well.
I think what you're wanting is it's 5d10 no space,
No.
and
Well,
then
you can use the advanced dice roller as well.
plus.
Oh yeah, there's a dice. Yeah. There's
So
a dice
yeah,
roll.
you're wanting that effect.
Yeah. Okay. So it's compacted. Cool.
Yeah. So you do slash.
So,
There we
Yeah.
go.
well, I'm just gonna go back.
34 damage.
Well, I want to go back with Jace's because it's more fun. So roll me another regular attack. So roll anything, but roll a d100.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
So
happening?
just talk about.
It's because I got you a 10.
It's just because Righteous Fury. Yay. So you roll. So tens are Righteous Fury. So you roll the same attack you did before. So just roll a d100. Don't roll 100. Because
Roll
your
a
to hit-
d100.
Yeah, because your hit mod there was 108. Okay, so now roll another d10
Okay.
and see it did
D10?
5 d10 plus 3, so that's why the total was 24, but it's really 4, 4, 7.
Oh.
That's another 3. So that one was 16. So he's very much dead. None of this matters. He's been dead for 3 weeks already.
Okay.
Replicators.
That's just what Righteous Fury does. Is basically you roll another same attack, and if it hits, then you get to roll another d10, and that explodes. So if you roll a 10 on that one, you can just you can make these hits do crazy amounts of damage. And since the system is more about big hits than many hits, Righteous Fury is very.
It's a big league, big hit.
Yeah, he's dead, by the way. He just got covered in bullets. I mean, half of the ammo went everywhere, and the other half of it just, like, from foot to just head. I mean, just, he's dead, and there's peppered bullet marks all into his armor and body and everything. He's gone.
Right after the shot, I look at my guardsman and I wink, and I'm like, "That's what I do."
I look at I look at Jason like, I would smile back if you weren't so bigoted against me.
So I'm going to hand sign to Dan. Can you do that to the other one? Can we just repeat that?
Okay, so now we're going into turn order.
Combat.
And this last guy is the last guy that's outside in the open environment.
There's 2 others that we totally ignored, though.
Oh yeah, they're way over here.
Okay, it's too far, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like dealing with them, so yeah, they're too far. Let's just say they're too far, and they're too busy talking about last night, what they did to their wives and their boyfriends, or who knows. They're just into it, and they're like, "Is that gunfire? Nah, not in my sector, Because the best way to die is to go towards the violence, right? But this guy, he is going to go, and he rolled some initiative, so it is, and I guess it's unfortunate that I need to make Romulus a portrait at some point, but Romulus is the 11. He's not doing anything, but he did roll 11.
And Tip is great.
All right, Jace, it is now top of the turn. It's your turn.
Am I allowed to delay my turn?
You got like a pistol and a grenade, man. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah,
If you like.
Should I roll initiative?
If you want to march over there and try to bop that guy, feel free to.
Yeah, I'm gonna delay my turn until after.
why don't you just prepare any action? Just prepare action or something like that.
Well, the issue is I want to use the corrosive grenade. I'm not within range to use the corroded grenade right now.
No, I'm just saying you have a pistol, and I'm saying doing repair kind of like gives you a bonus whatever action you want to take next turn.
I have a pistol that has a third of the range that the auto rifle does.
Okay, so Jace wants to delay his turn. Cool. Romulus also wants to delay his turn. This guy is gonna run, and he's gonna run right about a little farther. Let's just shoot him about there. So he ran, so he's a plus 20 to punch, but a minus 20 to shoot because he's moving now. He's got his cardio.
Okay, can I toss that grenade now?
Don't toss the grenade. We're in pistol range now. Tib is just gonna move.
But it's definitely gonna be because I think your throw's probably like 15-ish.
Whatever. Okay, Tib's just gonna move over here, which is 5 feet. Then he's gonna take a shot with the last gun.
Okay, last
baby.
pistol.
Last pistol. Yeah, you're right. That's the last pistol.
That's at a minus 20 because the guy's running.
But now I'm walking. Like is that running? I'm just like I moved
No,
up. And got in the range.
he ran, so he gives you a minus for shooting him.
Wait,
He did a thing that gives you a minus to shoot him.
Wait, hold on. Oh, it's a skill that he has?
No, he did. Yeah, he did a run movement.
Yeah, running makes you easier to be punched, but harder to be shot. Just a thing.
What? I thought it made you easier to be shot.
No, it would be harder because it's a moving target. You gotta track it.
Yeah, but since like when you finish running, you're like, or whatever, it's mechanically easier to punch you in the face. I guess theoretically you just hold your weapon out and then run into it, maybe.
Okay, so ballistic skill. What's the modifier?
Minus 20, and then depending on what your gun is, it might have some range modifiers as well.
Well, he's within 30 feet, so I 30. I don't know the feet, whatever system it's called.
15. Yeah, so he's a little bit past short range, which is half. So yeah, just regular 0 for that one, and then minus 20 for running. So yeah, minus 20. Okay. And just again, make sure you keep track of your remaining like 22 bullets or whatever it is. And Hermione, it is now.
Right. Can't even remember it was 22.
Oh, you made your you missed. Okay. I'm going to do a half aim. And then I'm going to fire a 3-round burst.
Okay.
half a
So
mechanic.
semi-auto burst is a full action, but it's also a +10. So you can do a semi-auto burst. It's just you get a +10 for that, and then a -20 for running. So -10.
Okay. Any other things that I could do that potentially could give me a bonus?
You could full auto to cancel out the fact that he
No.
ran.
Yeah,
No,
full
I don't
auto
use that much ammo.
Yeah, full auto is +20, but yeah, it uses a lot of bullets. So
No, way too many. Yeah, that's it. So a -10.
yep. Yeah, I mean that's as you've seen. There's really big changes in combat very quickly.
Okay, -10 and submit.
And at the end of the day, you could roll. That's target 38, 40. So, yeah, so that's it. He just, I mean, again, his movement is really what's breaking it for you. You really got the beat on him, and then he stumbles a little bit, and he needs to run, and that throws the shots wide.
Okay, that's another 3 rounds for 17 now.
You gotta get the music started because I'm being bombarded with
Jason,
those.
it's back to you.
Oh, I'm on the next right after him. Okay.
Yeah, and then I had delayed my turn last round till
Yeah, I don't. Did you want to do it? You just want to take a full aim, maybe?
sure we can.
I mean,
just,
that way at least you get something.
and then we'll just say that like, oh no, because movement's a part. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a half. You can take a half move, or it's like 1 square, usually.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just stay here and full aim.
Well, I mean, you're already aimed, so like it goes away after this turn. So if you want to shoot,
Yeah, I'm just saying for my delayed turn, it's just we'll say I full aimed and then
No,
just
but now
didn't
it's your
move.
next turn.
yeah,
You're
Yeah.
first.
Oh, okay.
Next turn.
yeah, it's back to you. Just because you delayed long enough to be like, yeah, I'm good, and now we're back.
So I'm gonna try to shoot the guy.
Okay. What do you?
He would not be running anymore, right? He's already got to his destination.
No.
No, it's still until his turn. It's his run.
So I'm shooting with a stealth revolver.
Okay. What's the range?
Uh,
Probably 30. I'm assuming.
yeah, 30 normally.
Yeah, so he's in standard range. So the full aim gives you +20, and then
Cancelled out with the.
is a revolver accurate?
It's reliable, not accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so regular ballistic skill.
Nope.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. And it's reliable, so roll a
Yep.
d10. Okay, you're good. Otherwise, that would have been a jam. So reliable only jams out on that a 10 of that d10 roll. Otherwise, 95 to 100 is a jam. So that's good.
So essentially you're missing because of the jam, not because you actually failed to shoot.
Well, in this case, I mean, he rolled a 96, so like, however he did miss, but like on a normal, not reliable gun, a 96 would be a jam. So you would miss because it jammed. In this case, it didn't jam; he just did miss.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe the cylinder was out of time or something, but it's something that he can quickly clear, so it doesn't impede his next round.
I get it. Cool.
All right, Severus.
Yeah, if I run, I can move 18 meters. It says on my sheet.
Yeah, it's like 3 squares. Really big.
3 squares.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really big area.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll just move. I'll just run down here then.
There you go.
Try to
Okay,
move over. try to move over.
Romulus, not wishing to be left behind,
Right.
is gonna move
There we
his
go.
new movement
I'll
because
say-
he has the sheet now.
And I'll
You made it. You made
I'll
him a
just
sheet
pull out of it.
finally.
I did.
I'll hit to Romulus like, stay close to me.
Oh yes, absolutely. Just tally ho, he says. And he's gonna run, and he runs really fast.
What?
Yeah,
Like, how fast are we talking here? Oh, he catches up.
like almost like over twice as fast as you were running.
Holy.
In
Oh,
fact,
that's
yeah, he just ran like 48, like almost 50 meters.
Don't tell me you made him a gene stealer.
No, he's still the same kind of flabby guy as before.
God,
He
really?
just, he ran faster than one would expect.
Okay, well.
Because again, you made me make him a character sheet, and now things are interesting.
Okay.
And that's what he did. So, okay, this guy is going to, he's gonna run again, and he just he eats Tib now. He does. It's a Tib reflection.
Charges.
Tip's not into that.
Nope, he doesn't. He just runs. So he's actually, he is right in melee with Tib, but he did run. So. And Tib, it is your turn. Because he's got his cool glasses now, so he thinks he's just the best.
Hit him in the face.
Guess Tip's gonna have advantage on the shot against him because my ballistic skill is way better than my melee.
Well, if you have a pistol, you can totally shoot in melee. He is at a minus 22B dot, which makes my wires crossed in what the errata
But
said.
for example, if you're using a pistol, would it still be considered a range attack? Because
I think so, because I just had this come up in my play-by-post group.
Okay.
Because it's the weirdest. They errated it, and it makes some sense. So let's see. In melee combat, the only ranged weapon you can use are pistols. Pistols used in melee still use ballistic skills, still count as ranged weapons, and cannot benefit from any talents that are specifically associated with it. Yes, so to use a pistol would be more difficult.
okay, wow.
Because I guess, and I might be wrong on this, but welcome to these crazy rules.
But he has a bonus if you hit him in melee, yes? Because he ran?
My melee is like
It's a
28.
Bonus to punching him.
Or like
Although I can
a
look up
club
run.
or a knife or anything, right?
Let me
Anything
look up
physical
run
object.
really quick in the actions section of the rules, and I can tell you. Feel free to think about what you want to do.
So move is crippled enemies taking negative 20 to ballistic skill, but a plus
There
20
you go.
on their weapon skill.
Yep. So it's ballistic skill, and ballistic skill is what you use to shoot with a pistol in melee, so it still counts. I was right.
Nice.
I try to parse these crazy rules for you guys as best I can, but sometimes.
Okay, can I take just the bonus just to hit him with the club?
Do you have your club in a hand?
Well, technically, I have a pistol and a club. Like that's like a two thing. And I got quick action, so I can just get ready as a free action.
You have quick draw?
Yeah.
Then yes, you can switch weapons as a free action.
Okay, since would that be fine if I have a? Wait, hold on. Can I take back up like one step? Like, will I not get hit if I do that?
You're not getting hit anyway.
Well, yeah, so he did run up to you, so if you move out of melee range with him, he will get free attack.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to know. I get disengage as a free action, right? Or as one action?
Disengage is a full action, so that's your whole turn.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I guess I'll aim and hit. And since I get a bonus of +5, right?
It's plus 20 if you're hitting him in melee.
Yeah, so yeah, to do a weapon skill check, he ran, so he's much easier to bonk. And then you also, take a half action aim for another +10, so that's +30.
Wow.
That's why I say the bonuses change wildly depending on what happens. Yeah, it's gonna be more.
Whoa!
He is going to try to parry because I like to do that. He does not parry. He's huffing and puffing. He's been running for 2 turns and he is tired.
Spectacular.
So a 7 is a 70, which is the body. He's back in the body.
Oh, son of a bitch! It's always the body.
It's fine, man.
armor on
Do
the
some
body?
damage. Do some damage.
Okay, I get
Yeah.
1d. Technically, it's like a 1d10 plus strength, right?
Yes.
Bonus, yes. Just clack it. Clack it, clack it.
5 plus 3 is 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. Alright, 8. And they have. I forget what they have. What are you hitting it with?
A club. Diabetes club.
Oh, but I remember his, whatchamacallit is also primitive, so it doesn't double, which is good. Okay, yeah, you hit him pretty good. He's not feeling the best. He's not feeling the best he's ever felt in his life. He seems about half dead. Almost exactly, if not exactly half dead.
Jace,
So much information.
don't shoot him.
That's just what he looks like.
Yes, this is the combat I enjoy.
him.
Where we're
him.
outnumbering.
Hermia is on you.
Don't
Okay,
shoot
so-
him. You'll hit me.
So
I'm
I realize
aware.
how far we are, and I realize that he's running towards a friendly, and my bullets could potentially hit a friendly. So I decide to spend this turn just aiming, and I'll make sure that the next time I fire, I'm gonna hit him square in the chest.
Okay, alright, yeah, so take a full aim, and that's
Full
gives
aim.
you plus 20 to your next attack, or to an attack on your next turn. I'll say, Jace.
Charge him. You'll have the ultimate
yeah.
bonus.
Yes. Thanks for walking me through how I want to play this game. So I'm charging.
Okay, so that's plus 10, and then outnumbering is another plus 10. And he ran, which is a plus 20. So that's a
So
lot.
that's
Whatever
a
the
plus
number is.
50. It's a plus 50.
40.
Is it? 10 plus charge is it charges a 10, not a 20?
Yeah, charge, unless you have, I want to say it's Furious Assault, I think is the talent. That gives it plus 20, but standard is plus 10. And the fact that I just know the talent that gives me an extra plus 10 is bad at this point, but I've been playing too much of this game. So.
God damn it!
Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
I can feel
Jace,
that.
Target was 75, and you rolled a 92.
Jace is having some 90s today.
It's because I took that hook to the head, man.
You're fully concussed at this point. Like
What
you're
weapon
totally
was it?
like you know what
The
to
club.
do, but you cannot
So you just
execute
went,
any
whoop.
of the things. Okay, Severus.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
I'm so interested in like if you guys have to fight real enemies. 'Cause, but you'll probably have real stuff, so it's okay. It's okay.
You could always try to run to us.
What's number 6 on the map here?
Give me a awareness.
Oh, I'm not very aware. I'm like,
I can see tech use, common lore, tech.
Yeah, that'd be
I
better.
can see any of those.
yeah, let's go with tech.
I believe it was a drop pod or something, because me and Jace knew it was.
Any bonus? Is it something simple or is it just a straight up roll?
What skill are you using?
Common Lord tech.
I'll give you 20 for that. It kind of varied based on how specific you got. Yeah, it looks. So it looks kind of like a. No, it looks exactly like one would imagine some kind of picked viewer shrine or like security outpost kind of deal, where it's you can see a lot of screens that appear to kind of have some camera footage into different places. So it looks like kind of like a security station or something like that, and you scratch your head wondering why is no one stationed there, but it's almost like nothing ever happens down in this vault of note, so whoever might have been in charge of it at one point just said, I'm not going to do that.
Gotta love it. People with no sense of duty, work ethic.
No, not at all.
safety.
Not at all.
This
They
is awesome.
really don't care.
Jesus Christ, where's Osha?
Jeez, it's like a garment factory, man. Someplace.
Yeah, very much like no supervision, minimal pay. A lot of them are just doing it because they like to be cruel and they're like very debased. animated, just monsters, honestly. Like, just they were, who knows what their upbringing was, but it was basically feral, and they were given a hook, and they were told they can hurt those things, and they said yes.
I don't know whether to be horrified or admire it.
Deeper than that, because
They don't even pay
it's like
wage.
that. You know, that's just the way it is.
Okay, well, I mean, Severus will. Do I even know that this combat is happening? Like, do I hear the sound of the fight happening over there, or is it so
You definitely
far?
heard the shooting, yeah. I mean, if you saw, you would have been able to see the guy be.
The guy go down.
Away.
Oh, okay. You know what I'll do? I'll move over to this. I'm gonna go look at these picked screens, and then my intent is, I remember that there were 2 guards down the south way, so I'm kind of making my way down towards the south to prepare, because I think they must have heard the shots. They must be coming. So, but I guess they could have paused to look at the screens, but I won't.
This would give me I want to say like scrutiny is for Pete. What do I read? Well, yeah, I could see logic or awareness.
Let's go with logic. I'm slightly
Yeah, I
better
mean,
at
obviously, I know that's the one you're gonna want to use, but it makes sense because you're just kind of like, nope. There's a bunch of screens.
Okay, I'm too distracted. I'm
And
too distracted by the gunfire, and then now I'm concerned that these other 2 guards are going to be coming up here.
Yeah. Okay. Romulus is going to just chase after you. And this guy died? I think he's dead.
Oh, he's down that south.
No, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's unimportant. He's gone. Okay, Tim.
Kid. Gotta go take an aim with the old melee weapon. That'll be a plus 20.
Aim's a plus 10.
Oh yeah, plus we outnumber him.
He's still running, right? Because he hasn't gone back to his turn yet.
Did he attack? Is he attacking?
No, he didn't attack. He ran.
I think that was the marker that you had for him. the
Yeah,
10.
okay. I think that's, yeah. So that was this guy. So excuse me, it is his turn. I was like, where did he go? I just clicked on the wrong NPC when I did that.
Make the hit.
Alright, let's see. Okay, so back to this guy. Alright, so now it's his turn. He's ferocious. He's gonna make an all-out attack at someone who will determine after I do that. Where is there? He rolled an 84, so it doesn't matter. He's just thrashing in a circle. Yeah. He's again still mostly huffing and puffing, so he does that kind of thing where he like holds out his club and just spins a little bit. He just spins around in a circle, you know. But I can't do it because I have headphones on.
Pulls a Garen.
Exactly, yes, very much that Garen E energy, but to no effect. Tip.
Tib's gonna go for it.
Yo, Tib, kill him so I don't have to waste bullets.
Literally right next to him to shoot him, but honestly, you'd be hitting me too. So they'll pull the same thing I did with Omega.
No, I'm aiming.
Alright, there you go. You hit him.
Kill him, please. My life depends on it.
84 is a leg, so that's good.
Yeah, no armor this time, so I'm definitely gonna go for it.
No, he has armor on his legs, actually. Oh.
8. Oh my god. That's another 8. So technically you said halfway dead, so this fully kills him.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's you crack him in the leg, and it dents through his leather hide armor that he's got kind of strapped there, and he just crumples. And when he crumples down, he hits his unarmored head on the deck, and that's one of those things where it's like, you know, don't get into a fist fight because that's how you die. That's how he dies. He dies, like cracks his head on, a little blood coming out of the ear. It's kind of sudden and surprising, and then you're just like,
As he falls down, Tib he kneels down, picks up the cool glasses, puts them on himself. He's like, huh, these do make me feel cool. Then I continue to bash his skull in like a psycho.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a D2, and on a 1, he landed on the glasses.
No, no, not the glasses.
50-50 chance.
Okay, they're fine.
great.
They're fine. The glasses, they're fine. They've survived 2 deaths.
Kind of cool
Just like
glasses.
Are mildly cursed, but it's
Duke
okay.
Nukem glasses. That's what I'm picturing.
Oh,
Wait,
very much. They are definitely Duke Nukem. They are
Duke Nukem
aviators reflected.
Tib, do you smash him?
No, I continually smash his skull in like the psycho after I take the glasses.
Okay, so at first I see him down my sights. I see him hit him like that was one good hit, and then another good hit takes him down. I kind of bring my gun up. I smile like, hey, maybe this guy ain't so bad. Maybe he's not like some crazy mutant. And then he smashes his head in, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
If
he's a
he
mutant.
smashes it's like, you gotta make sure they're dead.
Quick question for everyone, Tib included. Does anyone have the skill or the talent Jaded?
No.
No.
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay, then roll me a fear check.
Roll what?
Fear check.
Fear.
The
Okay.
willpower check. Yep.
Does Tibbs skip this since Tibbs is bashing his skull in like a psycho?
Yeah, no, Tib gets to roll it because Tib's the psycho in this case.
Wait, I have to roll against them?
Well, it's just against yourself. Probably not Severus, because I don't think Severus. So it's really just Hermione, Tib, and Jace.
God fucking damn it, Tib.
Yeah, so Jaded is something that I will definitely pull up when combat's not involved. Since nobody saw the guy get mulched, and the other guy definitely did have Jaded. Common horrors like blood, gore, death, and other bad things tend to freak people out. It's not something that your brain is happy with. And so that is single in this game here.
Sanity points.
Well, we just have to go to the table. Alright, so if you failed the test, roll another V100 and add 10 to the result for each degree of failure.
Mine is
25.
so,
Okay.
last
25, you're
roll,
good.
19.
Each 100 plus 20.
Sorry.
60.
Wait, we're supposed to have 20 to those?
It's for
No. I added 20 because I have
Tibbs is actually 59 because you add 10 for every degree of failure.
So Tib gains an insanity point, and Hermione gains a D5 insanity points.
My first insanity point.
I'm glad I didn't get any more from whatever the fuck you have caused.
You guys should just
How many do I get?
Cauterize. Remove and
A D5
cauterize that bit of the
just
brain.
What is insanity point?
So in this game, there are insanity points for going insane, and then corruption points for dealing with things of chaos and the Empyrean and demons.
Currently, it's blank, so I just put in 2. Correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're kind of like hard bads for characters. So if you get to 100 on either of those, your character is done so.
Oh.
So it's kind of counting up to oblivion.
Okay.
And there's not many ways to get rid of them, and they're just bad. So avoid them at all costs. But it happens sometimes.
You can always go to church to get rid of them.
You just watch the guardsman bash a dead person's skull in, which is arguably not the most fun thing to do.
I mean, going from Hermione's perspective, he kind of went a little bit positive with the way he killed, and then way negative when he started bashing his head in. So he's feeling very negative, even more so towards Tim now.
There's a little pop up in the corner of the screen. Everyone will remember that, you know.
Like, what? Just making sure he's dead.
Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, this area is now empty except for those 2 guards, unless you really want to go down there and end their loitering.
I want to
we're
loot
gonna
the
heal
sniper.
Octus up in the healing pod.
I want to loot the sniper.
Okay, he had nothing, so you can roll search if you like for things other than the gun. But he does have the gun that's clearly apparent.
Tip's gonna help.
Okay, take a plus 10.
Yay, search plus 10.
This isn't gonna go well. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my. As far as you can tell, the hunting rifle was the only thing that he had on him. And its profile, when you're ready for it, I can give you.
Okay, so hunting
Does
rifle.
nobody have like the search skill at a decent?
Nope, guardsmen don't
Oh,
get the.
We don't search, we kill.
It's
No one
I
that
can
would
get
have
it, Percy.
told you at this point, good lad.
Okay, so I'm ready for its profile.
Okay, so it's a hunting rifle with man-stopper bullets. And the range is 75 meters. It is single-fire multi.
Better than
Damage.
you had no gun, right? Oh, you had a stubber, right? Yeah. This is
Yeah.
better than a stub.
He wants to be a sniper.
Oh,
the
perfect.
Damage is a D10 plus 3. Impact. It's 3 pin and has 5 rounds. The reload is a full round, full action, and it also has the special, accurate.
That's perfect for you.
You don't find any more bullets on the guy because you're just not good at looking for stuff.
Okay, I would like to search the.
What type of weapon is it per class?
Basic.
Basic. Okay.
I'd like to check out the cameras. That's what I want to do. See what they're looking at.
Okay, so you spend a longer time looking, and you slowly start to see that it is just looking at the giant area that you're in.
Oh, okay.
And if you'd come here first instead of going the other way around, maybe you would have seen all of the people that are now dead.
Yeah. Whoops.
But for the most part, it's just you can see all of the dead bodies in the corners and stuff, and really, someone should have been stationed here. That really would have been a good choice for these guys to make. But
Is there a
the choice
chair
they
or
made.
is there a seat?
No, there's not. And there might have been at one point. There might not have been. Again, it just seems like it's here and it all functions. It's really a big question of why does nobody stand here? But the answer seems to be that nothing ever happens down here.
I see that Cerberus is at the console. I ask him, I yell over. I mean, we're not that far apart, like 20 meters maybe, right? I yell over at him, can you see the other levels other than this one? Can you see be above us or below us, or where the elevator would take us?
An IGM? I would say no. Yeah. I say response negative.
And now that we've cleared this area, take a quick 5-minute break.
Before we clear, can I please loot the guy here?
The one that's turned into paste.
Oh, can I loot the one we just killed then?
God. Which one? This one up here?
Yep. The
Yeah,
one
go
right
for
here.
it. Roll search.
Yep, I have a pretty decent search.
Tips is gonna be all around the place and just help
Okay,
with that
so-
goal.
I get a plus 10.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, 4.5 degrees.
Okay, yeah. 3 is pretty good for a roll. Let's see.
Gimme.
Unfortunately, they really don't have a lot of stuff. You do find the cleaver the guy had. He also had a really junky pistol that's like a single shot animal killing weapon. It's not good, and you shouldn't use it.
Okay.
You can take it if you like. It has a single shot, and its range is like 3 feet, and it's inaccurate, and it's bad. It's basically one of those, I forget what they are, but the guns where you have to take like the barrel off to put a bullet into it, and then put the barrel back on.
Right.
And then it
It's a
shoots
break
one
action.
time. Yeah, and
Boom, right?
it like
Break action.
literally pops the whole barrel off, and then you
Oh
like
boy.
lock the gun or the bullet into a little like notch, and then you put it's terrible. It takes 2 rounds to reload.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want that. I'm probably not gonna even sell that. But
and yeah, he has.
anyone need a knife
10 rounds
or
on
whatever? He had no rounds, nothing.
He had just the gun and like 2 rounds for it, and then he had $10 thrones.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll take the 10 thrones.
Okay,
the rounds, would they work? Would they work with mine?
Probably not.
Okay, then I don't want it.
Okay, before we end, can you just say we just put Octus in the healing pod?
Hold on. Yeah, but there's a dude still in the pod that we have
left.
Because you said he walked back into the.
Yeah, you said one guy walked
up the elevator.
No. So the jackal masked man and 2 burly guards with iron wrought pig face masks, they went up the elevator, but the other, and you see now on the ground there is a burned like dead corpse of this like heretical nasty looking surgeon guy. One of them is dead on the ground, and the other one did go back into the pod. You saw that.
Sure.
So
We'll wait till
So
next
you
time, and I'll use Fellowship to see if that works.
We lost Hib.
Any point in looting the dead surgeon? I think it was a
No,
surgeon.
it all went up in smoke and flames. So yeah, like I said, just 5-minute break, and when we come back, we can breach the pod and do all that fun stuff.
Cool.
Oh, it's
I- I want those guns.
Yeah.
I don't know if guardsman gets jaded.
A lot of classes do. And a lot
Yeah.
of classes get them as like their starter pick. But it's something people sleep on.
I kind of like Roll20 more than the other one we played.
Foundry.
With, Foundry, yeah.
I like Foundry because he put notes on it.
Roll20 is older and it's more standardized, I guess you could say. But Foundry really gets fancier. You can get a lot more customizations in Foundry, and depending on what game system you use, it can be a lot better. I mean, like, again, can't really change anything in Roll20 without doing a lot of work. But anyway,
Gotcha.
I think we are back now. Is everybody back? And we can
Yeah, it looks like
venture
it's back.
forth. We can venture forth and do the thing we're gonna do, right? Whatever.
Yep.
Whatever that is. Whatever you guys.
Should we gather up together?
Nah, no, I think me and Jace can do this one together. Basically, I knock on the door and I'm like going to
Well, we need to get Octus here so that the two people who need the medical assistance can get the medical assistance.
Yeah, that's why I knock on the door, but like I just knock on it hard on the outside.
Sorry, what is this medical thing that we're looking at? What is it? Is it like a small hub, or is it like a tented? Like, I have no idea what it is.
So what it is and what it was described, especially Tib and Jace would know, is it's a medical like hospital that gets drop potted in.
Oh.
Yep. So it's like a big rectangle structure with some landing feet and jets underneath it, to where it would just come down from orbit and.
So like a
crash
Space
down.
Marine drop pod, but like a Space Marine medic drop pod, but not for Space Marine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of those things, yeah.
Right? Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's basically just a big, like, square block that fell out of orbit on some jets and fire
With
and whatever.
A
and
bunch of medical
crash-
stuff.
But it's made
Yeah,
out
it
of metal?
crashes down, but doesn't crash down like nearly as violent as the Space Marine ones. Like, you can see the jets on the bottom are significantly stronger. And it lands, and then boom, there it is, ready to render aid as necessary.
Okay, do I get a response to my loud knocking on the medical pod?
One of those MASH tents. Remember that show MASH?
I have my gun up, ready, in case something pops out. I'm gonna take 1 or 2 steps back while Tib does that.
Okay. Yeah, so the door is going to be,
Yeah.
like, down here. So draw it in.
Where's the door?
Kind of like, this is where the door is.
Okay, so I'm gonna be here. Get a good angle. Okay.
We lost Severus.
Yeah, where the hell did he go?
Oh, there he is.
He flew down to the bottom of the map for some reason.
Whoa!
Rocket Man.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's where the door is. So Tib goes up and bangs on the door, and you don't get a response from the inside.
I bang it loudly again and again until I get a response.
Nothing. You're banging.
Sever, can you get the door open?
Tibbs like, this guy is pretty rude. Now Tibbs, is there any like door latches on here?
Not really, like I said before. It seems like whatever original mechanism has been kind of like disassembled and destroyed, and whatever they needed to repurpose this to whatever their nefarious purposes are. So whatever security it had on it, they didn't know the code, and they just cut the lock, so it just kind of slides open.
Is this thing soundproof?
Probably not.
Yeah. Okay, basically I just gotta go on the door. You basically, hey, I need use of the medical pod. Can you please open up?
Roll.
Fellowship.
I want to say.
Tibbs just being honest here. He that lady.
Okay. Charm?
But charm, it's like they're like fellowship, but basically he doesn't know who's outside.
You said you're charm. I'm gonna say charm. Roll charm.
Okay, fine. I don't really know have a
Yeah.
charm skill here, so dang it.
You hear no response from inside.
Dan,
Okay.
can you come closer? Because I'm just gonna swing this door wide open, and I want your gun being the first thing that's pointed in.
Yeah, sure thing. I go over and find a nice area that. There we go, right here. No, that's not where I want it to be. No. Oh, okay. Oh,
So-
I'm right next to you.
So is it?
When you're moving your characters, just to like position them.
Is it like the door fully like slides open, like left to right, or like whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Somehow it slides into the rest of the structure, but it just kind of
So-
opens one.
So Jace is just gonna get along the whichever way it opens, and is just going to move with the door as he opens it.
All right.
I got my gun trained on the door in case something pops out.
Well, I'll give you a hand.
Whoa. Oh, why are we low? Ooh, something happens.
Something pops out, as it were.
Who's it? Dude.
Oh, no, we don't have dance token.
Who are we missing?
We're missing.
Hermione.
The Doopsie. He's here. Hello, here.
Tiny.
I am here.
Is that an inquisitor?
What?
Ignore the man behind the curtain until I find the last tokens that I forgot to put unseen. My bad. Meh. Meh.
Oh, hey, Surgeon Skull.
No, there's more.
Okay, so who opened the door?
Jace opened the door, but he moved as it was going, so he doesn't actually
That
get to
would
see in
be-
the door first.
RBTs.
Jeez.
The RBT. shouldn't the
I
RBT
would be closest to the entrance of the door since I had my gun trained on it as he opened it.
Alright. Bear with my poor flesh mind as it tries to process the things that I forgot to cut and paste into my notes to remember.
Cerberus,
the person
please
they
give
were-
him some augmentations.
Yeah, right? I mean, that's what I feel like all the time. Like,
If only it was that easy.
Like so many skill trees have total recall as a talent, and I'm like, I would love that for this because there are too many things here that I can't ever remember.
Are there any
Wait.
games, while you're doing that, are there any games where you have more than one GM?
Not particularly. I know of a few games where you don't necessarily have more than one GM, but you have like a God GM and a not God GM, if you will.
Or multiple storytellers where the players are inventing the stories along with the.
That's
As
like
the
a
game
West
progresses.
Marches style, yeah.
I've also done D&D games where the DMs will get together and like plan out a bunch of stuff, and then because there's more than one party going around, so then they'll control each of the individual parties.
Oh, like a cinematic universe.
Yeah, well, like I said, like a West Marches style.
Alright. That's definitely a servitor, right?
Let's see.
Would that be a servitor? The red one?
Yes, those are servitor skulls.
Yeah, they're mono. Yeah, they're like servitor skulls or monotask skulls.
So would these have at one point been human?
There we go.
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, those
Oh
are
yeah,
human
they
skulls.
didn't make up the skulls. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's scary as hell.
Oh, I mean they're dead, you know.
But
Well, I mean,
still-
basically, we're
It's,
lobotomized.
it's actually a very huge honor to have your skull ripped from your corpse and turned into a servitor skull.
Yeah, they don't use any
Right.
anesthetics for that part.
like having my shard body in a dreadnought for all eternity. That's an honor, right?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Oh,
I
please
love
take it up with
Warhammer.
Rylan or the Ancient of Rites.
Right, those guys stink. That's fine. These guys have something. Okay, that's fine. Alright, okay. So, as you open the door, no shots fling out because none of them have guns, and everyone should roll initiative.
Oh,
Well, you have our initiative things for us, so don't you just roll first again?
Well, so
Yeah.
you click on your character portrait, and then click initiative on your character sheet, and it will
wait.
populate.
What
For me, it says no character was found.
Click on your
where
token
is
first.
initiative?
Yeah, I am clicked on my token. My token's selected.
Oh,
Even.
Oh,
But-
okay.
Okay, well, worst
From
case.
AG, right? From AG.
Yep. It's D10 plus your agility bonus. Unless you have.
Eh.
You know,
I guess I'll just agility bonus is 4, so I'm gonna just do regular roll.
Mine didn't work. It says you attempted to use a roll command looking for the value of the selected token, but no tokens are selected.
Just do manually, man.
did you
7.
click on your token first?
Okay, so my agility is 31, so 3.
I got 7.
I got a 4 and a 4. 8.
Tip is Mr. 7.
Yes, I like 8.
Alright.
Depends. Servers
Yeah,
are
wait.
equipped with crazy psycho tools
Weird.
that do
Then-
damage. I say try to take the surgical guy alive. I have a takedown skill which I can use to stun him.
Well, what do we see in front of us, for example? So
Yep,
we
yep,
see
yep.
that, like,
Yep.
Yeah,
we haven't got like a background yet of what we see.
Tib, what's your agility bonus? Okay, so you guys are ahead of this guy. Cool. And these ones are, oh well, speedy. Bear with me just one more moment. I'll move this guy down so I can actually
Oh.
click on add turn.
Oh,
just the one servo score just suddenly moves way faster than everyone else.
As it floats around. Okay, so you go into the hospital pod and it opens up into this terrible abattoir of just badness. And now I realize I copied all their profiles into my notes because that's the way it goes, right? So yeah, it opens up into this abattoir of blood and just vials and large jars of different embalmed body parts floating in some kind of, again, embalming fluids. There's blood and guts kind of on every surface, and it very much, this is a torture area of a sort that they bring people into and disassemble them physically as well as mentally to pry them for their secrets. Back in the far wall, you see a man strapped to a vertical, slightly inclined rack where his arms are pinned by his sides, and his hands and feet are bound, and his chest is strapped to it, and his leather or whatever it is, doublet, has been kind of peeled back, and his chest is covered in these scars and cuts, and they're all weeping, clear fluid, red fluid. Just he's very much currently the subject of much intent from this gentleman that you see crouched in the corner, who is the other guy you saw outside, covered in the plastic, covered in blood, with all kinds of surgical implements, scalpels, hooks, and other implements of surgery or torture in this instance. Behind him or around him float 2 servo skulls that have little mechadendrite tentacles that are tipped with tiny blades and grabbers and pincers. And Severus, you are first. You react the fastest.
Prank him, John.
So I take in everything that happens really, really quickly, I would presume, and yeah, before anybody has time to react, I'm gonna like... quick question. These servitor skulls, do I think there's any sort of hope of a chance that I could... Like, what are they doing? They're floating around this guy? And doing...
Yeah, and servo skulls, you would know from being a tech priest, are fairly rudimentary beings. They are a servitor without any of the other constituent parts. It's a brain in a skull, rewired to do some specific tasks and kind of typically hard-coded to obey certain masters. Now, obviously, all of this can be rewired and recoded given time. If you could catch the thing and like hold it down while you plug into it and reprogram it. And there in some instances can be cases of the underlying personality seeping out, but it's kind of more like a cat thing, where all the emotions of the cat are really just us projecting emotions onto the cat, as opposed to it actually having emotions in many cases.
That's a lie. That's definitely not true.
It's just fun. It's just good imagery. No, our cats definitely love us. I swear they do. They won't eat us the second we die. The servo skull probably has slightly more personality, if I'm going to be completely honest. But in this instance, again, you would know that despite all of this lore dump that I'm throwing at you, probably couldn't just be my friend. Snap your fingers.
Okay. Is this guy like within 10 meters of me?
It depends on where you were standing at the door.
Well, I guess I would, since I have the initiative, I would like kind of push my way up to the front, and
yeah, it just kind of depends on where would you be standing when it all started. So I moved everybody in, but it's kind of like Jace opened the door and then the scene, right? And everyone reacts based on their initiative. But would Severus have just been kind of lollygagging at the bottom of the ramp, or?
Oh yeah, he would have been near the back or so. But I would imagine that because he got the highest initiative, everybody just kind of stood there flat-footed as they kind of saw this sort of scene of horror.
I mean, if 10 meters is your charge distance, you can certainly charge if you'd like to.
Okay, well, I would just step up and I would say, in the name of the Omnissiah, stand down, and I would try to blast him with a aluminum blast.
Aluminum blast when it's lumen.
Yeah, it's got a range of 10 meters, so...
Oh, well,
that like
you
a
can
light
certainly
attack?
get in range of that, yeah.
Basically, you shoot him with a blast of aluminum foil.
Do I get any sort of bonus for range or surprise or anything like that?
No, they're not. They might have been surprised at one point, but they're really not at this, because there was a lot of knocking that preceded the entry to the pod. So they are very much ready for someone to come in, as people tend to do after knocking.
Okay, so no other bonuses, eh?
And the range is 10 meters, so they're within 10 meters, so it's just a regular old blamey.
Wah, wah, wah.
Sorry, that's a whammy. Is that a full action, or?
It's a half
Okay.
action.
So you could have aimed, but it's still...
Oh, yeah.
So... I think that's probably Severus' turn.
Yes.
All right. The first servo skull is going to charge at someone. I'm just going to say that Octus is, just by being in the scene, back a little bit. As well as probably, I think we can all well assume that Romulus would be comforting his good friend, Octus. Have no fear, we'll get you healed up here. Just a second. He says. So, let's just say, on a D4, from left to right is what we'll do. That's one click. Ooh, oh, Severus, yeah, it's attracted to you for some reason. So it is going to charge in and try to slice and dice.
Oh, okay. I thought it was number 4 or out of 6 or something. Okay.
You're 2.
Oh, I'm
Because
2.
Octus,
Okay.
Octus and Romulus are not at, or I backed them down because they're not. Again, Octus is very wounded and doesn't wish to die, and Romulus is more than happy to keep him company in the back and defend him from any interlopers. So it's going to charge you, which is that, and it hits. So you can dodge or parry if you'd like.
Dodge or parry? What's a dodge? Kind of
Dodge
joking.
is a skill.
Yeah,
That's the
no.
dodge skill. And parry is a weapon skill with a melee weapon.
Yeah. I mean, I've been assuming that I kind of had
There have been plenty of weapons for you to use.
a meat hook is what I had.
Yeah, you had a meat hook. There's cleavers that are available. There's plenty of assorted regular weapons lying around.
Sure, I'll use my meat hook and try to parry this thing. So it's just a weapon skill roll? Not good.
That's not gonna do it. Okay, so it has. Oh man, monoblades. That's nasty. All right.
That is nasty. Damn it.
5 plus 2. That's 6 damage with 2 pens. So if you have armor, it takes 2 off of armor.
Yeah, so I've got I'm not wearing armor, but I've got the what's it called?
Flesh is weak.
Flesh is weak at rank 2.
Probably.
Yeah, it says flesh is weak, but on the sheet it says machine 2, because I think I had to type it in manually. So I've got
so
2.
it negates both points of that, so it's 6 minus your toughness. Bonus.
Toughness of 4. So I take 2.
So 2. So you take 2, and that's it. And it did stab you in the face, actually.
Oh!
No more.
It's 30 is the 03, which is in the face. So it stabs you in the head. So it comes forward and just kind of latches on and just starts. And a couple of the.
It's flying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. It just goes whack right to your head.
Yep. And
Damn.
it just kind of latches on and just starts stabbing, and a couple of the stabs, find their way into more meaty parts or more critical components and manage to.
Hey, Tim, I know you had a whole bit planned with this guy, but that's not happening now.
Go ahead.
All right.
Come over, all right.
It is your turn.
Go ahead. We're in combat already. Just make the shot.
Alright, perfect time to test out this hunting rifle. Jace is going to half aim
Okay.
and then shoot.
Okay, so you are, the standard range for that is 75 meters. You're significantly closer than 75 meters. You're not at point blank range because it's kind of standard 3 meters. Anyway, it's a short range, so you get a plus 10 for that. You get a plus 10 from aiming. It's accurate, so you get a plus 10 from that as well. So that's plus 30. Who are you shooting at?
The dude.
The dude, okay.
Yeah, not the servitors.
Servo skills.
Alright. So it's 30. Here we go. Yes.
Good hit.
Alright,
Usually burns
so
out.
target was, so yeah, it's two degrees of success. And you shoot with the body. So yeah, roll the regular damage, and it's accurate. So you get 2 extra.
It also has man stopper bullets, whatever that means.
That gives a 3 pad.
Okay. So then.
Already included in the profile.
So 1d10. So.
And then roll 2 more d10.
Oh, 2 more d10?
Yeah, from the errata for accurate, you get an extra d10 for every degree of success. As, accurate weapons do a lot of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a few.
That's a
12,
pretty good damaging item.
Okay, 16. Let me just do a quick second stat line. Let's
Wait.
see. We're looking at the we
Why
are.
was that 16? It's 8 or 16?
An accurate weapon.
That's
So I get 2 additional d10s because it's an accurate weapon, and I had 2 degrees of success on it. And I get an additional d10 of damage per degree of success.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, accurate weapons are really nasty.
The sniping's gonna be really fun for me.
Let's see. Johnny, I am seeing that he does have 1 armor to his body, but that would be negated by the manstopper bullets with an AP of 3. I'm also looking at his stat line, and it says here he has 10 wounds, and he has toughness of 3. Okay, so that's going to take 3 off of that 16, and that's significantly more than 10. So he is very much dead. Thank you for this snap reporting of this gentleman being totally blown away in one shot by a point blank blaster with the manstopper rounds from the hunting rifle. So yeah, it turns out hunting rifles not good to get shot with. Don't do it. Reconsider your course of action if that's what you're going to decide to do. But he's dead. He didn't get to do anything, and he is just blown away. Plastic does not stop bullets. Hermione, it is your
Okay.
turn.
I see that our guardsman has taken out the guy in the robes or in the plastic robes, so I aim for the servitor head in the back.
Okay. That's half action aim would be 10.
Half action aim.
Short range with your auto rifle here is another 10, so that's 20. And then depending on what kind of way you want to shoot it.
3 round burst.
Okay, that's another 10.
So 30.
Yep.
Sniping's gonna be really fun for me.
No, it's there's a lot of fun things. Okay, and so with Semi, you get an extra hit for every 2 degrees of success. So that's 2 hits.
2 hits. Meaning 1d10 plus 3 times 2.
Well, you're gonna roll it twice. I
Twice.
don't think this thing has dodge. It doesn't. So it's just gonna float there.
That's 1. And that's 2. 12 and
Okay. Let's see. So a servo skull has not that many points. It's dead. It's very much dead.
Oh, yeah.
It
Also,
explodes into little bits. I mean, the 2 bullets, one impacts right dead center in front of the eyes, and the other one like cracks off the cheek, and it just a spark, and the little motor that keeps it floating in the air just.
and then because it's so granted it's dead, so it doesn't matter. But because you said it's it's an additional 1 every 2 degrees of success. So with it being 4, he'd get 2 additional shots, totaling at 3.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at 29. Yeah. Up to the semi profile, which is I believe 3 for an auto gun. So he would have gotten the full 3 hits. Yes.
Wow.
So like if you get 10 degrees of success somehow, and it only has a profile of like 3 hits, the maximum you can get is in that profile. Yeah, like a bolt pistol is a good example because it only has a semi profile of 2, and a lot of times you get way better than that. So, Sorry, I looked at the dice roll as the degree of success, and you got 4, so that would have been 3 hits. But it doesn't matter; it's dead.
Yeah. Very dead.
Very, very, very dead. And there's only the 1 servo skull left, kind of clamped to Severus's face.
Face.
So it's Octus's turn, and he thinks that you guys have everything under control and is just supervising. It's Romulus's turn, and he thinks you have everything under control, so he's just supervising Octus at this point.
Nice. Good job, Romulo.
And at this point, sees Severus having his goal. I'm gonna leave that other word out. And he just kind of runs over. I am gonna perform my takedown skill since I have that on it to see if I can capture it. It provides a stun. I forget exactly what takedown does.
What's it do? What's it do?
Let me look it up real quick.
Takedowns in the talents, which start on page 110. And I do that, I know that, but that's where as a half action, you can declare you're attempting to take down an opponent before testing weapon skill. Okay, go for it, yeah. So it's half action to do a takedown, so you're going to do a weapon skill test.
Let's see if this works. I just wanted to use
I
it.
think to the letter of the law, you'd probably have to be already in melee with it. But let's just do it for brevity's sake in this instance. But in the future, I think you do have to move into melee. That roll, and you're gonna get that's gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Wait, that hits?
Oh yeah, you did a flat roll, but you have to remember that like everyone's standing around the servo skull, so that would count as outnumbering it by a significant
Oh
amount.
yeah, I stun it.
So it's stunned, but does it have machine? It does have machine, so it does nothing. You do nothing. Nothing happens.
I mean, would she make it immune to stun? Like I can't like just hold it down or something?
It does, yeah. Machine. So takedown is basically like a knockout kind of blow, and it can't be knocked out because they wired its brain to its skull and it doesn't shake anymore. I don't. Don't ask me.
Makes sense, kind of.
Fine. Can I make another action just to subdue it?
No, now it's Severus's turn. But that is one thing to learn as Tib is that machines aren't really stunnable.
Basically, I just punched Severus in the face.
I mean, you do a very precise, where on the head and how hard to hit it to where it'll rattle its skull, and it just I guess maybe in this case the anti-grav motors in it just rock with it, so it just comes back.
Hugging Severus's face, and Severus just goes back with it.
It's like what's the ball on the string that you bocce ball? It's it just and it floats back.
No, it's like one of those things you played as a kid where you punch it, they just go whoop, and it just comes back up again.
Yeah, exactly. It's it goes all the way down, doesn't quite do anything, and then comes back, and you're like, well, this is shit. Why don't I know what the hell? Severus.
Yeah, so I'll try to zap it again.
Or you can try hacking it. I mean,
no, I'd have to grapple it, right? And then
you can go for it. I don't care.
No, grapple is weapon skill, and that's just even worse than my ballistic skill. So
you got plus 20 right now because you're surrounding it.
Can you use tech skill to hack it right now?
Ew.
You definitely have to hold it down first.
All right, I'll use a weapon skill. We're gonna try this because
you can try it. I mean, hey, or don't.
So what is it? A plus 20?
Yeah. And then
okay, I've got a rank fatigue, so I'm gonna give myself a plus 10.
Okay. I think many of us have forgotten about our fatigue.
I rolled a 72, so it just didn't even.
The dice is what'll get you every time.
Yep.
Well, it is completely
trying to grab it.
Just gonna try to go for you. So let's see. Nope, misses. Didn't do it. Didn't get it. All right, Jace, back to you.
Can I also try to just hold it down?
If you like, yeah.
Let's hold this thing down.
I mean, this,
Grapple it.
this is
Oh,
the
what?
last thing that is living, not on your team, other than, again, those guys talking about the game last week.
Grab
Okay,
the thing.
so outnumbering 3-1.
Plus 20.
Anything else or no?
Oh man, if we can take this and reprogram it.
I have to look at
Do you want to
action.
reprogram it?
Oh yeah, this will be like. I'll be like, this is it. I'm a made man. I got my,
He's like, this
my
is the
service
last thing I
goal
want in
and the
this
mechadendron.
entire game.
That was my entire plan.
Give me 1 second. I apologize, but grappling is like it's in 3 different places where it tells you about.
Oh,
making
grappling?
the
It's on
grapple.
page 197. 197, because I've been looking at it. You basically have to do a unarmed attack. You do a weapon skill attack as normal.
Yep. Ah,
And then
there
if you
it is.
succeed,
Okay.
they would get an agility test.
So make an
But-
unarmed attack by testing weapon skill as
Skill is normal. Yeah.
Does it specifically have to be a standard weapon skill attack, or could I all out weapon attack?
So you can attempt to grapple with either a charge or a standard attack. So you could take a half action aim before you do that.
Oh, you can? Shit.
Yep.
Oh, that's an additional 10.
Wouldn't change anything because Severus's 72 did not quite tilt the needle.
Yeah. But I would have like pushed the button on my mouse a little bit later, and that would have changed the algorithm. And who knows
So
what
it-
would have rolled then?
I mean, who knows? Yeah.
Who knows?
It's so I can get it to a total of plus 30.
Yes.
You can do this.
Do the little skull.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Okay. So it is now grappled. Okay.
Spitting out some binary language.
You cannot dodge your parry, which you can't do anyway. Everybody else gets a plus 20. It can only take the grapple action, which is defined on a different page, because why the hell wouldn't they do that?
Yeah, it's on page. It's on page 190. Right.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I've looked this up before, and it's
What's
annoying.
yeah.
And that's where you can punch it and do stuff to it. Okay, so it's now grappled, and I'm just gonna, for brevity's sake, we're back to Severus if you'd like to. Unless anyone else is just gonna break it while it's grappled before Severus.
I mean, if I could help, I want to come and push it down. But
Yeah,
that,
we can
I don't
dog
really
pilot
need
if
to
they
do
want.
anything. Yeah,
can
the
dog
dog
pilot.
pilot.
Layering the grapples.
It's more on Severus's tech use now than it is on anyone holding on to it, because it's not gonna get away. It's just gonna stab Chase.
Okay, just in case Cerberus has any problems, I'm gonna come in and help him push it down, so I don't have to charge it next round or anything.
By chance, do you have command?
Command? What is that?
It's a skill.
It's a skill.
No, I'm very low in command. Very low.
Okay. Well, if you had command, you could tell him to do it better, but you don't.
No, I don't have intimidate. Or
Because I was gonna. So, depending on how you would allow it as a GM, with the Hive Worlder getting tech use as a bonus, could I assist him in trying to reprogram it if somebody else is grappling it?
It's already
Okay.
mostly. You're holding on to it. He's able to do the test. He just needs to succeed, and he has a not a cogitator. What do you have? You have a multi-tool, I want to say.
Yeah, I got a multi-tool, but yeah, I've got a multi-tool mechadendrite that comes over.
Yeah. So
And I'm
I
like,
mean,
hold
like,
Okay.
you
Okay.
should be. He's gonna get it. It's just how many times is it gonna stab you in the eye, you know, or like in the armpit, you know.
Let's roll.
I'm not.
Yeah, Severus is.
Like, how long does Jace want to hold on while he's like, no, just one more, I almost got it. I get it this time.
Don't worry, I'm there. If you're taking too much damage, I can take over for you. I'm still holding it down.
Surround-
You might be taking over after the first one.
Until everyone's dead.
So
You might be taking over after the first one.
Please make the
Like,
roll.
I tell you to turn the skull so that the occipital button is rotated ventrally. Give me the ventral. Turn it ventrally, and I'm using this language, and I'm trying to direct you to do it so I can plug into this thing. and use my combi tool. So
You know, if that's the route we're gonna go with this, yes, Jace, if you'd like to make a tech use test, then
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
can
give him a
give Severus a bonus for you
I'm trying to get him to be a
interpreting
bonus.
his very technical jargon, explaining the exact like literal tech manual. Like if you go to the manual, it literally says do these things, but it is not written for when it's trying to stab you and poke you with scalpels and stuff. So he's ignoring any of that and going exactly with strict protocol of saying, you know, intone the right of turning, you know.
Do it, man. Do it, Jace.
Is there anything I need to do for that to happen, or?
Make a tech use test.
Tech use roll to see if you understand what the hell I'm saying.
What is a tech use roll?
It's a skill. Tech use is a skill.
It's normally an advanced skill that a lot of characters don't start with, but being a hive worlder, you get it as a basic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's technically common lore tech.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
It's gonna
No,
give
not the
Severus
super-
a minus. This is gonna give Severus a minus 10.
I'm like, no, not the super orbital bun, you fool. Didn't they teach you basic anatomy in your
So
lesson?
you're both fighting over it, and he's like, it is the sweet super orbital. What the fuck?
That's basically the eyebrow. I just looked it up. I'm like, what the fuck is that called? And it's like, if he fails it, he turns it the wrong way and points the eyebrow towards me, the eyebrows, and I'm like, no, the other way, you fool.
This is peak roleplay when you're googling technical terms to make your character stick just the right way.
All right, so you're giving me a minus 10 because he failed his roll?
Yeah, I am. I have to
come
do that.
on.
But you're the gang up
Your
on.
fellowship is not working out, so. Woof.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to
Wow.
make it into it, and
It is gonna flail around now.
It's gonna try to break free, right?
It's definitely not gonna successfully break free. It's gonna take the opposite grapple action to just try to like slice and cut. Oh, and that's pretty good. So
Wait, can you? I think all he can do is gotta break free when he's grappled.
Nice.
Not in this case, because it's a bundle of stabby wires. And I get to make them everything, which is on page like 2. So. But I will say, Jace,
right?
Jace can make an opposed weapon skill test to obviate this.
And I get no bonuses on this, yes?
It's basically just success against. So if you succeed, nothing's gonna happen. It succeeded, so it's gonna be stabbing and clawing at your arms and stuff.
Oh,
Fuck yeah!
There you go. The first good roll of the night for Jace. Poor guy. Yeah. So Jace, you're just like it's reaching. It's doing that like. If you've ever picked up a snapping turtle, where the neck comes way farther out than anyone would ever think is logical, but you're like, I know this. I've seen these little fuckers before. So you're holding it exactly in the crab claw, like perfect way, to where it's like it's just getting your nails and like doing little scrapes, and like that's gonna hurt later. But it's not anything that's like permanently damaging.
Yeah, I tell you to turn it around ventrally. Expose its ventral side to me. It's rear.
Its ass. Let me see its ass.
I'm using like medical terms, so it's like I'm not like turn it around, bro. Like,
I mean, if Severus is gonna try the same approach, I'm gonna say do it again. Let's see a tech use test.
come on, Jace, you can do this.
Nope.
No, he doesn't. He's like, I'm fucking I can't move my fingers. If I move 1 inch, this thing's gonna lacerate the shit out of me.
Lacerate? I don't even think he would say that. He would be like, cut.
It's gonna cut the shit out of me, whatever.
Yeah. All right, here's my tech roll. Nope.
Well, at least we're getting ready. We're slowly getting ready.
This is the goofiest shit. Oh my god, it's way too competent. Alright.
It's like we're trying to train a house cat.
We're trying to
Do I have
hold down.
do I have to roll weapon skill?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Ow. Ow.
Don't worry, it won't do any damage to you. You got toughness.
Let's see, 4. Oh wait, it's only a D5, so that's only 2. Excuse me. 2 plus 1, 3. AP2.
I'm not wearing armor, so AP doesn't matter.
It's only 3, so it's probably you're probably
What's
alright.
your toughness?
3 minus 3 is 0.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you're good. That's why I said
One more
3.
try,
Like
one more
usually
try.
3 is okay for toughness. So yeah.
One more try, and if this fails, we send the thing back to the Omnisci in pieces. Fuck it,
Or you
doesn't
just
deserve
keep
to live.
making the rolls like the hilarious game. This
I mean, by this time, I think he understands, even without tech use, that hey, turn it over. I think
Turn it
he
over.
might have gotten that without a tech roll, right?
I mean, maybe. Unfortunately, all the rolls so far have been bad enough that they wouldn't have made it either way.
Fuck it. If I fail this time, I'm gonna use my point, my fate point, man. I want this thing.
All right, go for it. Just a flat roll at this point.
Me or can
Yeah, you.
Jace? Oh.
Severus. Yeah, Severus can just try to just jam it in. No lube.
Yeah.
There it is.
Bravo!
He gets a pet.
Emperor be
Okay,
praised.
yeah.
Omnissiah be praised. It is the will of the Omnissiah. Jesus.
So yeah, you get it, and you manage to access its data port, and in an almost fade to black scene, the servo skull stops thrashing, and just hovers next to you, and you now have a
Yes.
guardian skull.
Wow.
We're looking cooler every session, guys. We're getting better gear. We're starting to look like actual dudes, man. Like, looking great.
Jace found a sniper.
Thanks.
I'm very happy about this sniper gun. I'm so sad I only have 4 bullets left.
And
Thanks
that's
for the help, Jace.
And that
Thank
is
everybody. That was
100% this campaign. Is you start off like, yeah, we're gonna be great. We know some stuff, and it's like, hey, guess what? You wake up and you have shit.
You got shit. What kind
Okay,
of a
yeah.
servo
So,
skull? Is it like an attack? Like what kind of?
it's a guardian. It's a guardian skull, basic guardian skull, on page 144 of the Inquisitor's Handbook.
Oh.
Which is why it took me a minute to look up all these rules because
This
the
one.
rebook's open now.
Yes.
That's the one. Oh,
Glad you got a physical copy of it.
Oh, it's not
That's
in
the
the core
good
rulebook?
stuff right there.
Awesome.
The Inquisitor's
Guardian
Handbook is actually the big kid splat book for Dark Heresy 1 edition. It's where they added in a lot of extra just pump stuff. It's the biggest non-core rule book out there. It's quite good. But if you'll hold up to the bottom of that, I bet you'll see the FFG logo in the bottom left. Yep. Oh no, that's
That was the black. Yeah, it's a black light.
Wow,
Black
that
Industries.
is OG.
This is the original gangster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
Guardian
is-
Skull nice.
That is hats off to Bartleby for that one, because that is
I think
probably 20 years old or so. And
Some of us weren't even a sparkle in our daddy and mommy's eye. I think we should get bonus XP for owning this. Show our devotion
I
for
mean,
the Emperor.
you can
and-
think that all day, but in the grim darkness of the far future, props is about all I can give. But yeah, so that is definitely some OG stuff right there. I think Bartleby's probably aged himself a little bit on this one.
and no spring chicken anymore, boy.
Definitely fun to be running through one of the main campaigns nowadays. So yeah, but anyway, that's what he has acquired is a Guardian Skull. So he has a new servo man friend or woman. Who knows? It's a skull now. Doesn't really matter. And so
Okay.
that
Time to wake
brings
up the
me to-
Inquisitor.
I'm sorry, the what?
Inquisitor. That's on the table.
Inquisitor looking person.
So,
He has an
As
eye
you-
on him, so he's definitely an Inquisitor.
as you, I really wish I had a different link for the servo skull, but I'm just gonna make it blue, so he's friendly now. I wish I had another token to swap out that was blue, but we'll get there.
That'll do for now.
So, like I said, at the center of the hospital pod, attached to an angled metal frame and hooked up to a life support regulator, is a mutilated man. You can see he's in a dire state. Both of his legs below the knee and his right arm are missing. And an object that all of you would recognize in reverent tones as an inquisitorial rosette has been nailed to his chest, which is again open and split down the middle. So it's a very terrible juxtaposition of pomp, circumstance, and authority and privilege against this heretical torture. The left side of his face has been flinched down to the bone beneath, and you just see, the bone and this weeping red, yellow, white fluid. It's horrible. It's really just not great, and I'm not going to make you make a fear roll because we already did that with Tib earlier, and that would be, I feel, too punishing. So you've seen enough horrors that this is just throw it on the pile today. Maybe next week it'll freak you out, but today you're like, yeah, that's what we've been doing this today. And so as you hold down the servitor and kind of take this servo skull and take this aside, which again really holds to him just sitting there waiting for you to do this. He's strapped to this table and being tortured. He's just waiting for you to fight this servo skull and reprogram it. He looks up at you and in a clear voice he calls out. He says, in the name of the Holy Inquisition, stand fast and identify yourselves.
Tib's like, what's an Inquisition?
Tib would almost certainly know of the Inquisition. It's fairly generic knowledge in the Imperium that they are the Emperor's servants. Ouch.
Can I just say it's just planet lore-wise, I just know them as Dark Truth Seekers. It's just a stupid name on the planet, Karakor.
Okay. Can I cut in? Can I cut in?
You can.
Tib, that is an Inquisitor. Shut your mouth.
What's an Inquisitor?
Right? And he just kind of pushes Tib away, and he goes, Inquisitor, how may I help you? I am Hermione, trooper of the Arbites. How can I help you? Is there anything that we can do right now?
I try to get my most, pomp and circumstance gravelly voice, right? I am Nazaf Kala, an inquisitor of the Ordinary of the Ordo Xenos, and a member of the Conclave Calixis for several decades. My retinue and I have been tracking the activities of the wanted heretic and beast house slaver Marcus Vulpa, and this organization's acquisition of prohibited creatures for the festivities mounted for Quadis's Festival of Tattered Fates. I came to Zykarf in disguise, hoping to snare the organization's highly placed buyers in addition to the heretical members, but I uncovered far more than I had bargained for in the city. They set upon me and my retinue, slaughtering most before dragging me down here in an attempt to break my mind.
Wait, what? Did he say a planet name?
He did.
What was the planet?
The planet was Quadis.
Quadis. Does that mean anything to me, or?
Quaddis. Quadis.
I love the name.
I have common lore Imperium. Do I know what planet that is?
You could make a common lore Imperium check to see.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
I think that's more
What do we
than
know about
fair.
this place?
I think Tib has that skill as well.
I do not know. do not know where
Haven't
this
heard
is.
of this particular planet.
Too many planets.
See, common lore. Hold on, give me a second. I may have written that somewhere else.
Hold on. Tib wants to play stupid, but then we want to do the smart guy role?
No, I'm not playing stupid. I'm playing to my character lore, okay? I'm just gonna roll intelligence since
Well, no,
Well,
if you
I
don't
do it.
common lore Imperium, you wouldn't know it.
I have
I'm
I
gonna-
have common lore Imperium. I don't have it written down on this sheet. I have it on my other sheet. I don't know why I didn't.
Severus, is there anything we can do for the Inquisitor right now?
Tib does not know.
Can I do anything, GM? Can I,
I'm asking the tech priest. Is there anything
Yes.
we can do right now to help him?
can I look at him and do like a medicus check or something like that to see if we can save him?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. Let's see. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
A medici test, straight up roll,
Go for it.
or any
Yeah, let's
mods?
see it. Yeah, no.
I'm gonna use a fate. I'm gonna use a fate point.
Okay.
Like not burn one, but just use one, right? We get them replenished.
Yeah.
Every session we.
Oh, I only have
Every
one.
so often. I wouldn't say every session.
Well, I had 0. Would it from last or the time before?
No, if you're out, you're out
No.
right now.
Oh. So no, I say I'm unable to ascertain if he can make it from these injuries. They look very grave. He's missing limbs. Perhaps if we had some machinery of the Omnissiah, we could patch him up. But as it is, with these crude instruments, I'm not sure.
Tib looks at him like, we're in a medical pod. Pretty sure we can find something.
Medical pod is what you're in.
What's it?
Medical pod is not what it is anymore.
Oh,
It's
So-
now a torture pod.
can it work?
So, can I
you
take
like the
over?
medical pod? I mean, it's keeping the Inquisitor alive, so it has some
Yes.
medical capability.
Can I talk to the group quietly so the Inquisitor doesn't hear us? I'm like, look, they're torturing him, and normally when they torture, they're not going to kill him, meaning they can keep him alive. I honestly don't think we can help him that much. Maybe if we take him off these machines, he's gonna die. I think most
Okay,
importantly, we
let-
have to get as much information from him as possible right now.
Let us ask him what he wants us to do
Okay.
after we've gotten the information from him.
And
Then
so-
maybe the Emperor's
so
mercy.
with
Because if I was in his position, I would ask you to put a bullet in my head.
So with this, he interrupts you
Uh-huh.
and says, "Faithful citizens of the Imperium, I charge you to stop the Heron Masked Man for the sake of all those living on this planet. In the name of the Inquisition and in the holy name of the Emperor, swear you shall fulfill this task."
What's the herring guy's name?
We don't know. All we know is he's in a heron mask.
Anything else we should know?
Well, hang on a second. He asked you to swear that you will do this thing.
I'll step up first because I'm very pious. I believe in the God Emperor and especially his right hand man, the Inquisitors. So I step up first and I tell him, yes, Inquisitor, we will do as you command. We will apprehend this heretic.
Jace will also be
And
the
then
one-
I look over at my compatriots that I just joined, and I'm wondering if they will accept it or not.
Tib's just basically, I still don't know what an Inquisitor is.
Jace will also step up and accept, because I have a vendetta against the dude who put us in a pit.
Yeah. And I will. Severus would step forward and he would say, "The ways of our ways are different, but our interests no. Our ways are different, but they are still alike. I will swear to your emperor."
Tib's like, I still don't know what it is. Is it like something similar to a dark truth seeker or something?
Yeah, and from Bartleby's Severus's standpoint, I mean, the Inquisition would be a quasi-authoritative organization. Like if you're on a Forge world and they're like, "Give us your secrets," the the Magi would probably have some issues with that, but by the by, they're definitely an authority figure.
In the whole Imperium, right?
Yes.
Going by what I'm reading, they're huge everywhere.
Yeah, they're definitely. I mean, again, I do think that in most places, the Inquisition or the eye symbol, all that stuff would be tied together. So if Tim, for some reason, knew them by a different name, at least the iconography would be
Because like I'm reading Eisenhorn, it's like they're godly in primitive worlds.
Yeah, generally the Inquisition is the Emperor's left hand, whereas the Adeptus Terra would be his right. So they are very much sewn into the fabric of the Imperium by design. So again, even if Tib did not know of the specific name, he would recognize the iconography or something like that as the same, and would make that connection almost immediately.
Tip's kind of stupid. Like he's gonna low intel.
But I'm saying, speaking from being from the guard, they would ingrain that would be part of the basic teachings. Is these are these people?
He's a guardsman.
Yeah, Tib is a guardsman.
Oh, he would know for sure, right?
Okay,
Yep.
Let's speed this up. Like Tib just basically asks the Inquisitor, "Is the Dark Truth? Is the Inquisitor just like a Dark Truth Seeker or something like that?"
Yes.
Okay, I swear.
I mean, for brevity's sake.
Yeah, he's.
As well as, and again, uncharacteristically, it seems like Romulus would come up from the back and say, yes, my lord, yes, absolutely, we shall see it done.
Oh, hi, Romulus. Can you speak a bit louder? I couldn't hear you.
It was plenty loud. Okay, back to your other question. You asked about the Heron masked man?
Yes, I
Nobody
said.
did.
Do you know his name?
Yes, and to this he replies rather vehemently, but to avoid shouting in my house, he says, he is a liar, a liar. Do not trust him. The warp shines in his black soul.
Okay, so he's a psyker.
He says, and he did this to me for sport, and he looks, because he's kind of chained, or he's tied up still, and he kind of looks at his, disfigured body, for sport, for pleasure, and to use me as bait for something else. But he thought he had driven me mad. His mistake. Fear him. Stop him.
Okay, any other quick bits of knowledge that you'd like to impart upon us before I give you the Emperor's mercy?
But
Oh, calm down.
Yeah, hold on. We escalated very quickly.
Well, he's dying. I mean,
He's an
honestly, if he
inquisitor.
wants to, he said
did
no.
you have any other specific questions?
Is there any? Is there any?
These dialogue tree.
I mean, you're the
is,
Inquisitor.
is there anybody you want us to talk to?
Yes.
Yes. One
Where
of
do we
my
pick up the lead?
underlings, I believe.
Where do we
he
pick up
is
the trail? That's what we gotta ask him. In a cooler way. Where was he last, or where was he taken?
And since you're looking up, my next question will be, Lord no, he's not a Lord yet. So Inquisitor, we're very low on weapons. Do you know where they stash your weapons? So maybe we can use that to get rid of the heretic. That would be the next question after
well, to answer your most recent question first, it's entirely possible there's a chest outside with all of your stuff in it that just spawned there now.
A loot box.
Let's just, I mean, again, it's a game. We're playing a video game, and I'm picking it up, and I don't feel like narrating you finding a random chest with all the things in it, so it's just outside the door. Yes, so, get to the surface of the city. Seek out the White Scholar. He's one of mine that escaped the attack, I believe. Ask him when you meet, ask him what can be found in the 9th stack on Prol.
Okay, what's the White Scholar's name?
And he will answer, emptiness,
His name is He's Empty?
if it is he.
Tib, stop talking.
Don't worry, guys. I'm writing this all down.
Inquisitor, you said something about baiting, someone baiting, you being used as a bait for someone. Who was the bait?
The Heron Mask has some cancerous plan, some malign plot he would not reveal. He needed the old blood, I think, to lure it out.
The
He
old
brought
blood.
you all. He brought the others dust and ash. I can't see. Blood. It always comes back to that for them. And Harlock, the old monsters, they knew too much. It was their world now, then, forever. Whatever lies, the nobles prattle. Don't forget that.
Whose world it belongs to?
Harlock.
Oh, I was like assuming that was like some other like tribal group or something. You know, I forget what Tip said.
I mean, you probably don't know who that is, but it's what he said.
Is like the white fella, the white scholar? Does he go by any other name?
Is there any course of action you want us to go about if he gives us the wrong answer?
That's for brevity's sake, that's the best he's got. It's one of those, like, you know, circling questions where he just says, go find this guy, and then hopefully that's the hook that leads you.
Okay.
If not, you find other things about other things.
Okay, I guess we just...
Inquisitor, I've discussed with our tech priest. We can't help you right here. How do you want us to proceed? We don't feel it's comfortable leaving you here like this. Do you want us to try to take you off the machine and take you with us? Maybe we can give you aid when we go up.
Tip just looks at him and he's like, I think he's past the stage of getting off the table.
And so he interrupts you in this like very, like last Lawrence kind of moment where he says, "Stop the Heron Mask and burn my body, unsafe otherwise. May the Emperor make you a vessel of his wrath." And at this, he is the life support monitors that are hooked up to his body. They all flatline, do all the assorted movie scene beeps, and he passes on to the Emperor's side.
Well, that's a shame.
I bow my head and then pay respect. Like kneel down, bow my head, and kind of just like show reverence to the Inquisitor for everything that he's done in his decades, or however long he's been Inquisitor, because he probably has a lot of experience on him. So I pay respect.
Is there anything nearby to just torch the medical pod like as we leave, or do we have to take him?
There's certainly like alcohols and other like accelerants around, and I would say that Romulus also bows as well as the Emperor the Emperor actually, right? The Inquisitor expires.
Yeah, as he does this, I kind of unpin the Inquisitor symbol from his chest, and I take his body over my shoulder, and I carry him outside the pod.
Leave his body in the pod. We're burning the whole thing.
I burn the whole pod. There's alcohol in this pod. We can use it for Molotovs.
Yes. No, we're burning the whole pod. The whole thing is heretical. It needs to burn.
Okay.
We're getting rid of all of it.
I agree. Please leave the body. Do not touch the body. Let him rest. He deserves his rest. Let us put him to rest.
Okay, but we're gonna need recognition for the other guy. So I take this symbol that was pinned on his chest. It was the inquisitorial symbol.
Hermione looks at Tib. At first he's gonna yell, but then he's like, he's got a point.
This is recognition between all ranks, especially on Karakori. If you don't got that correct symbol, you're just gonna be perceived as a liar, and then you'll be shot dead.
Tib fucking knows so much now.
Well, no, it's basically how it works on Karakori. You need to.
So Jace is just gonna start like throwing alcohol everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
As And then as soon as everybody is outside, I'm torching it from the entrance.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it goes up very quickly. Again,
Mm-hmm.
there's plenty of alcohol to disinfect things, although they probably don't use it for that because they don't really care for most things get infected. But occasionally, they want to keep someone alive, as they've clearly done to the Inquisitor here for a long period of time. So yeah, it goes up and it burns, and yeah, it's torched.
If possible, Severus would just say he would say a prayer.
Yes, I was gonna say someone should
Like
say
a tech prayer though. So he would whisper almost so that you wouldn't almost barely hear him. And he would also say it in binary. So he would do it in binary and then do it in a language that people could hear very quietly. And he would say, "All praise the ebb and flow. All feel the nimbus rising. All sing the body electric. Feel the charge. Feel the full charge crackle. Invest this device. Receive this device with your holy charge." And then he would touch it with a little bit of a spark of energy, like a static, a touch of static, as he walks, and then he would walk away.
I guess looking towards Jace and Romulus would kind of do a nod and then do a quick prayer as well, seeing that the sex priest did it, but obviously not in the same religion. So we would also do a quick prayer and then kind of just walk off.
Okay. And then, yeah, the next place to go is, I'm assuming, the elevator?
Yep.
Yeah.
The loot box.
The loot box.
Yeah, we need the loot box first.
So right outside the door, like, the second the Inquisitor's on fire and all that's done, you open the box and it just, explodes with a bunch of purple and orange, blue.
Yeah.
And it's the most satisfying moment of your entire lives up to this point. And you get all of the assorted things I took away from you those many moons ago, except for obviously Hermione, because he sprung forth from the womb, much like Aphrodite, all sexy and fully equipped with guns and armor.
Jace, do you mind if I take my club back?
Tibbs got it.
Oh, Tibbs, do you mind if I take my club back?
Yeah, I
Or
toss
would you
him
like
his
to
club.
keep it?
No, have the club. Finally got my stomping hammer.
All right, so I take my club, put it back in, good to go.
Yeah, so whatever assorted things you got from your background packages and armor and all that guns and fun stuff, you now have that. Again, for brevity's sake, if it was stashed in some corner, thrown away, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Right?
Can I get some reloads for my gun? Would that be a possibility?
No, because you came with all of your stuff.
All right,
So
all
right
right,
now you have all of your stuff minus the stuff that you unconverted from fireable bullets to death, right? You did that Full Metal Alchemist conversion. Full Metal Alchemist conversion from bullets into parts.
If you're low on ammo.
No, I'm not low. I have 14 in my current clip, and then I have another full clip of 30. I'm good.
Okay.
So everybody goes to the elevator, and who wants to pull the lever?
Oh, before one last thing, for everyone's Tibbs like the last one, and as he looks toward it, I'm feeling almost like a flat face and just says, "The Emperor provides," and just leaves back to the elevator.
That's like the last line in the chapter with a comma.
Yeah, and so everybody's stuff was actually strewn about the area, and you can collect it. Fuck that. No, it's in a chest that you click a button and it pops everything out. It's great. Way better. Borderlands had it right.
Had to turn in our loot key.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Exactly.
There's no DLC in this campaign. It's straight up just drops on drops on drops. Okay.
Tibbs gonna pull that letter with enthusiasm because he's finally getting out of this cramped place.
So everybody comes into the elevator, and you have plenty of room because it's very large. It's a very big freight elevator, clearly. and Tib cranks on the lever, and after a moment's pull, it clicks very satisfyingly into place with a, again, satisfying clunk. So it clicks with a clunk.
Is Romulus with us? Because I gotta make sure he's with us.
Yeah, Romulus is definitely with you. Again, everyone in the group piles on. Octus, Romulus, Tib, Jace, Hermione, Severus. Everyone piles in, ready to go fulfill this mission they've now been given by the Emperor or his representative in any case. And as the elevator quickly, it moves a lot faster than one would think, clanks and cranks upwards.
And he just kind of looks at Severus. He's like, imagine if they failed the maintenance on this one.
Oh God.
You put those fears of failed preventative maintenance protocols in the back of your mind as the elevator shaft floods with hard, brilliant daylight as the platform breaks the surface and judders to a halt. A wave of sound assaults you, and the sweet air is intoxicating as you stare helplessly dumbfounded for a moment at the scene that surrounds you. The platform has deposited you on a raised marble dais, one of many that grace an ornate, high-sided plaza decorated in lofty and opulent fashion. Statues and billowing silk pavilions line wide paved walkways that are thronged with hundreds of people in a riot of costume and color. The people walk and sway, rush and revel, seemingly without purpose or reason. Some cheer and laugh, while others seem to cling fearfully to each other and hurry on to unguessed destinations. Beside your platform, an ethereal-looking noblewoman clad in a blue gown of shimmer silk and an immaculate pearl mask sweeps through the crowd, her midnight-robed attendants clearing her way with iron staves, while ivory-skinned cherubim swoop around her, filling the air with narcotic vapors from their silver censers. She pauses to look up at you and says, I say, what fun! Is it a revel you are from? What delightful costumes, so decadent, so visceral. Tell me, will there be blood? Can you promise me blood?
Tib's already caked in blood. He's like, Tib,
Or you can answer, a great bell tolls, and the woman turns away, and she and her retinue are swallowed up by the thronging crowd.
What?
Tib just kind of just looks at it. What a colorful woman.
And that, if I make sure I move everyone to the right map, is where we are gonna end this evening.
So there was a bell toll, and then she was swallowed up by
The crowd.
the crowd. Okay, going in a certain direction towards the bell toll, I presume.
Hard to say, honestly.
Okay.
Given the general pomp and throng, it is very, very busy out there.
Okay.
So you have come up from the slaver pits and fights and etc. into a massive, what appears to be planet-wide party.
Cool. Awesome.
Nice.
Very awesome. I have fate points left over before the session ends. Can I use them to regain health? Would that be cheating?
No, that's their intended purpose.
So everyone who swore to follow the Inquisitor's orders, you get a fate point. And that can go above your fate point maximum, so you just get one.
Wow.
So everyone who was at 0 year, now everyone has one fate point from doing that.
So I have a total of 3. Does that mean a total of 4 now?
If you had 3 and you hadn't spent any, yes, you now have 4.
But total or current? Which one
Current.
do I go up?
Your current is 4.
Okay, sorry. I have total 3, current 2.
So you
Right.
go up back to 3.
That's correct.
Oh, but
Yep.
but does my 3 go up? My maximum go up or no?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm
just
back
the
to
current amount of fate points you have. You get 1 fate point. Your fate point maximum does not increase. You just get 1 for
Okay.
swearing your service to the Emperor.
Wow.
and the Inquisition's purpose.
Did anyone not swear service? I think everyone did.
I think everyone did.
Yeah.
But
What would Omega have?
Yeah.
I
Or maybe.
would assume so. I mean,
Okay.
again, an Inquisitor is a fairly storied being. To not enter into their service or respect them, even chopped up and dying, would be the height of folly, I would say.
Okay.
But
So I have
there are
three-
plenty.
I have 3 fate points. Can I use all 3 to heal myself?
You can, but I won't say that you get them back next session necessarily.
Oh.
This campaign is less typical than a normal session or a normal campaign where you have like parts of missions and certain like big peaks and valleys, and it's got a lot of these injects where it's like now you get one back. So it's more about drip feeding and having that a little bit of that survival element in the whole
Okay.
the whole part
So
of
your
it.
recommendation would be not to spend it yet and just kind of
I would
see how
say
it goes?
probably not. There may be people in the city where you could find some kind of hospital or
Okay.
back alley doctor that could do some stitching on you at this point,
Okay.
especially for your more damaged members of the group. So that would be probably a better route, I would say, to take, as opposed to just dumping them all to. Bless you.
Bless you.
Let's see.
But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now. Is we have popped out from Grimdark Underhives into the party. You're at the party now.
If we have to run through a crowd, Octus and I are leaving you two in the dust.
Yeah. The Hive Worlders are much happier now that they have a big group of people to mesh into.
Do we have XP for this session?
That's a
And the
great
previous one?
question. I think on the first session, what did I give you guys? 150?
Yeah, we went through like a whole combat thing where we killed a bunch of people. Me.
Yeah, so I'll do 350 just to round out that first section of the Slaver's Cages.
So that puts us at 3,000.
Yes. That's
3,000 is the next level.
Well, we have to spend it. We have to spend it.
good. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you level up.
Yep, so
okay.
that should bring you to rank 4? Is that rank 4? Or rank 5?
After it's been
We
spent.
already have 4, so 5.
Yep, so you'll be at rank
I'll
5
ask after the
when it's all
stream
spent.
how to do it because that's kind of boring. I'll ask Jace or Immortal helped me with it last time.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's where we're at now. Everybody is ranking up, and thanks everybody for playing. Thanks anybody for watching. Hope you all had fun, and that is Tattered Fates.
Awesome. Thank you
So,
very much. Great
thank you.
GMing.
Lots of
Thank you.
bit of everything. Some comedy, some combat, comedy.
Yeah, but combat people really got to shine
Everybody
a
got
better
to
look
have some
with play.
fun. I even made some tech rolls to help out. That was great.
Yeah,
I told you.
You also got a
My gun.
skull. You have a skull now.
I got
Yeah.
a skull. I'm
Yeah.
so cool looking.
He does. He does.
I look like a real tech priest now.
Nice.
Finally. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hit the sack 'cause I gotta get up early
All right.
tomorrow. Monday's
Have a
right.
good night, Bart Libby.
Have a good evening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what we got coming up, Omega? Okay. I could do. I mean, if you have a standing Tuesday, I could do next Tuesday, and then that way we're flipped after that. If that works, I could do that. It's really up to your schedule, man. Like I'm flexible. Yeah.
I'm good with your Monday night, my Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
That's actually really good for me. I don't have anything for the next month.
Okay, yeah. I'm good with Mondays. That's no problem.
Yeah, I just have I teach class all day Monday, so I'm a bit more subdued, a little tired and stuff, but it's fine. That's like during the day. This is late.